A Psychology Website Guide from dmoz-odp.org. Chapter 1. A Psychology Website Guide at dmoz-odp.org/science/social_sciences/psychology 1. Psychology Websites. iupsis.net, International Union of Psychological Science, IUCS. Organization dedicated to the development, representation, and advancement of psychology as a basic and applied science. Provides information on membership, conferences, the newsletter, and publications, including the International Journal of Psychology. Alternative psychology websites. Subcategories. Biofeedback. Breathwork. Epub psychology. Handwriting analysis. Neurolinguistic programming. New Age. Parapsychology. Phrenology. Physiognomy. northcrossing.com/brethm.htm, biorhythms and group dynamics. Research information that includes a downloadable program. doyletix.com, Doyletix, a new science for the 21st century. A discussion on how feelings and bodily states are recapitulations in adult life of experiences before 5. Includes techniques to remove unwanted fears, anxiety, anger, and allergies. angelfire.com/ca/San Mateo issues/qualia1.html, qualia I, Cooper pairing and negativity in the human mind. Presents a quantum physics theory on the mechanical dynamics of mind function as applied to individuals and society. goddessgift.com/archetypes.htm, Goddess Gift. Knowing personal archetypes can be the first step to self-acceptance and personal growth. The Goddess Quiz reveals your archetype to access the power of the Divine Feminine. IAVMT.org, International Association for Voice Movement Therapy. Offers an introduction to this type of expressive arts therapy, FAQs, a list of registered practitioners, and upcoming events. isitnormal.com, Is It Normal? A quest to discover just what is and is not normal through the power of the Internet. Participants can vote and submit personal scenarios. molwick.com/n/index.html, Molwick Books. Online books by Jose Molina relating to his global cognitive theory. pdc.co.il, PDC, Psychodiagnostic Chirology. Information on the science of hand reading in psychological diagnosis. Site offers an overview, case studies, and profiles. radsinet.org, Radsinet, the Radical Psychology Network. International network of psychologists and psychology students who seek to change mainstream psychology's support of an unjust status quo. TheEmergencyInsight.com, the Emergence Site. Explores health, healing, and human nature, in areas such as weight loss, addictions, relationships, learning disabilities, personality, and consciousness in general. TomHartman.com, Tom Hartman. This author and host of a daily radio talk show discusses politics and attention deficit disorder. Behavior analysis websites. Subcategories. Academic programs. Associations. Books. Journals. Products and services. Behavior.org, Cambridge Center for Behavioral Studies. Rich set of resources for research, professional advancement, and applications to education, industry, and special populations. Sections on aging, autism, parenting, behavioral safety, organizational behavior, pets and animals, and verbal behavior. Behavioranalysts.com, Behavior Analysts Incorporated. Behavior Analysts Incorporated seeks to provide high-quality, effective interventions for children with developmental disabilities, and to provide training to other professionals in the delivery of these services. psych.athabasca.ca/html/behaviorism, Behaviorism Tutorial, Athabasca University. Free online introductory tutorial on behaviorism. Focuses on the distinction between methodological and radical behaviorism. psych.athabasca.ca/html/aupr/ba.shtml, Behavior Analysis and Learning. Annotated list of behavior analysis resources. rbt.tripod.com/index.html, Reinforcing Behavior Therapy. Individual research project explaining the effects of reinforcement on behavior. rsaffran.tripod.com/aba.html, Applied Behavior Analysis Resources for Recovery from Autism/PDD/Hyperlexia. Resources for Behavioral Intervention for Autism, Research, Professionals, Schools, Support Groups, Curriculum Materials, and Special Education and Legal Resources. Biological Psychology websites. Subcategories. Evolutionary Psychology, Neurobiology, Neuropsychology, Sociobiology. Biocognitive.com, Institute of Biocognitive Psychology. Theory of biocognition views consciousness as inseparable fabric of mind, body, and culture of origin. Founded by Dr. Mario E. Martinez. Speaking schedule, and informational products for sale. SOBP.org, Society of Biological Psychiatry. Professional Association supports research in medical psychiatry with humanitarian, emotional, psychological, and socio-cultural orientation. Publishes the journal Biological Psychiatry. Founded 1945. Child psychology websites. Subcategories. Publications. Child abuse. Child care. Childhood disorders. Childhood health. Childhood mental health. Feral children. People. Therapists. angelfire.com/md/imsystem/sibriv1.html, Sibling rivalry. The causes, consequences, and solutions to the multiple social, psychological and family problems caused by sibling rivalry. apa.org/about/division/div53.html, AMA, Division 53, Clinical Child Psychology. Information about the American Psychological Association's Division 53, Clinical Child Psychology. Includes links to publications and information about task forces, APA convention activities, and membership for practitioners and students. apadivisions.org/division-37, AMA, Division 37, Child, Youth, and Family Services. Division 37, Society for Child and Family Policy and Practice is concerned with professional and scientific issues that involve services for children and youth. Includes publications, membership details, convention information, and task forces. apadivisions.org/division-54, the Society of Pediatric Psychology. A forum for professionals interested in caring for children and their families. birthpsychology.com, Birth Psychology. Theory and research on birth psychology. childpsychologist.com, the Child Psychologist. Dedicated to the field's special education and psychology and the remediation of childhood and adolescent disorders. clas.wayne.edu/cfsg, Child and Family Study Group. Research Lab at Wayne State University in Detroit, Michigan, USA. Provides information on the lab and past and present research projects. CognitiveTherapyForKids.com, Cognitive Therapy for Kids. Provides resources for parents of children and adolescents who may be dealing with anxiety, depression, or AD/HD. The site describes the practice of cognitive behavioral therapy, and provides links and resources. iscfsi.bbk.ac.uk, Institute for the Study of Children, Families, and Social Issues. Listing of current research projects, listing of people involved with the Institute. Affiliated with Birkbeck, University of London. pro-autism.com, Pro-Autism. Provides information on the remediation of autism's core deficits through relationship development. projectabc.tamu.edu, Little Lab of Child Development. This lab at Texas A&M University is interested in understanding the processes involved in children's social and emotional development. The main goal is to understand what helps children become well-adjusted and competent, socially and academically. vachhss.com/guest_dispatches/alice_miller2.html, The Childhood Trauma. Text of a lecture delivered by psychologist Alice Miller in 1998. Clinical and Counseling Psychology websites at dmoz-odp.org/science/social_psychology/clinical_and_counseling. Subcategories: Clinical and Counseling Practitioners, Journals and Publications, Practitioner Resources, Child and Adolescent, Client-Centered Therapy, Psychoanalysis, Rehabilitation Psychology, Religion-Based, cyclic.org.uk, cyclic.org.uk. Information for people interested in training to become a clinical psychologist in the UK. Includes articles, advice, regional groups, and a discussion forum. Sociodynamic-constructivist-counseling.com, Sociodynamic Constructivist Counseling. Sociodynamic counseling is a method of life planning, helping individuals to clarify and articulate their reasons for acting and then reorganize their life activities to better achieve goals that they decide upon. TraumaResearch.tripod.com, Trauma Research. Research into child and adolescent trauma and treatment. Development of a module-based group treatment process using a psychoeducational cognitive behavioral approach. Cognitive psychology websites. Subcategories: Demonstrations and tutorials, Research groups, Software, Cognitive modeling, Cognitive neuroscience, Consciousness, Human factors, Intelligence, Memory, Psycholinguistics, Sensation and perception. Cogprints.org, Cogprints. An electronic archive for self-archive papers in any area pertinent to the study of cognition. Muskingum.edu/tilde/psyc/web/history/cognitive.htm, History of Cognitive Psychology. Identifies the influential people from the 1700s to the current era. Creativity websites from dmoz-odp.org/science/social_sciences/psychology. Subcategories: Destination Imagination, Odyssey of the Mind. Art2Science.org, Art2Science, the Institute for Conflict Analysis. Introduces a new theory of behavior, both individual and cultural, based on the scientific study of the creative process. In addition to art exhibits that illustrate the theory, the site also includes a Creativity for Self-Discovery section in which you can harness your creative powers to achieve better understanding and lasting change. bbc.co.uk/world-survey/sci_tech/highlights/dementiae.html, The Art of Dementia. BBC World Service interview with neurologist Bruce Miller exploring the relationship between frontotemporal dementia and the development of new artistic abilities. BlairMiller.com, Blair Miller and Associates. A creativity consulting firm specializing in training corporate groups in the creative problem-solving process, facilitating strategic meetings, coaching leaders in innovation, teamwork, and productivity, and teaching teams to leverage diverse work styles. braincourse.com/100art.html, Mind course of learning styles to develop a beautiful mind. A development course to allow users to increase critical thinking skills and develop a better memory that improves motivation for a higher self-esteem. chrisdunmeyer.com, Creative Slush by Chris Dunmeyer. Information about creative projects, articles, and tutorials, also musings about life and reflective memories. cpsb.com, The Creative Problem Solving Group Buffalo, CPSB. Offers consulting services for developing creativity and creative problem-solving skills in organizations. Located in Buffalo, New York. CreaConference.com, Creative European Association Conference. European Creative Problem Solving Conference. A conference where you can explore and expand your creativity. With support from Creative Education Foundation and Creative Problem Solving Institute. creationfoundation.co.uk, King Solomon's Masterclass in Creativity. Free ebook course in Principles of Creativity, Genius, and Personal Success based on a new understanding of Solomon's Song of Songs. creativeeducationfoundation.org, Creative Education Foundation, CEF. A non-profit foundation aimed at enhancing creativity and change in individuals and organizations. CEF also publishes the Journal of Creative Behavior and hosts the Creative Problem Solving Institute. CreativeJuiceArts.com, Creative Juices Arts. Workshops and retreats that support and encourage creativity as a method for spiritual exploration, emotional healing, and as a tool for developing intuition and joyful self-expression. CreativeLearning.com, the Center for Creative Learning. This site offers resources and many free downloads, in PDF format, on creative learning, creative problem solving, CPS, and talent development. CreativityCoachingAssociation.com, Creativity Coaching Association. A forum dedicated to introducing artists of all kinds to professional creativity coaches who are available to enhance and support their work. Member database, certification programs, and coaching articles. CreativityForLife.com, Creativity for Life. An exploration of creativity in everyday life, with articles, quotes, reviews and other creative resources to awaken creativity in daily life. We see creativity as process, not product. CreativityPool.com, Ideas by Creativity Pool. A free pool full of new ideas and inventions. People can search the database for invention ideas, or donate their own ideas and be rewarded. DeBonoThinkingSystems.com, De Bono Thinking Systems. Edward de Bono's advanced thinking tools and techniques, such as six thinking hats and lateral thinking. EDWDebono.com, Total Creativity in Business and Industry. Business Creativity Resources by Edward de Bono. Contains book extracts, details of courses, recommended reading, techniques, and tips to develop creativity in the business environment. EnchantedMind.com, Enchanted Mind. They combine humor, inspiration, and special techniques to enhance creativity. Create flexibility in your brain and mind by expanding yourself daily with these simple exercises. EricMeisel.com, Eric Meisel. Author of many self-help books on creativity. EurekaRanch.com, Eureka Ranch. Provides training and consulting in a quantifiable process for inventing breakthrough ideas for new products or business methods. Free2Create.com, Free to Create. Encouraging professional and serious musicians to move towards fulfilling their creative potential within a structured, inspirational and supportive environment. GoCreate.com, Go Creative Center. Comprehensive website on creativity. GreatSolutions.blogspot.com, Great Solutions to Team Challenges. An interactive site offering challenges to build creative problem-solving skills. Add your thoughts or submit a photo. ImagineAlinstitute.com, the virtual home of the Imaginal Institute. Encourages and supports lifelong learning and creative expression. IncreaseBrainPower.com, how to increase brain power. Techniques for more effective thinking, better memory, and more creative problem solving. Concentrates on exercises and techniques that can show almost immediate results. Inspiration.com, Inspiration Software. Supports visual thinking techniques, enabling students to create and update graphic organizers, concept maps, idea maps, and other visual diagrams. jwriter.com/lab/greatideas.htm, Great Ideas. This page offers suggestions to provoke thought and help to keep an idea from getting stale. LindaCurtin.com, Linda Curtin, Opportunity Thinker. 6 Thinking Hats and Lateral Thinking Training and Certification conducted in North America. Idea generating sessions are conducted at the Idea Loft. Keynote presentations are delivered at conferences. lyricalworks.com/muse/muse1.htm, Lyrical Works, Invoking the Muse. How can we begin to experience the creative process for ourselves? Mindlight.net, Mindlight. Site offering to assist in expanding your creativity with hypnosis. Offers private sessions, audio tapes, online and telephone sessions. o-cards.com, a series of cards of association. Decks of cards used to stimulate creativity and communication. pz.harvard.edu, Project Zero. A project at Harvard studying multiple intelligences. Quantum-self.com, Personal Growth and Success Course. Tools to boost self-concept, personal and business creativity, success and motivation. Based in Las Vegas. TalentDevelop.com, Talent Development Resources. One person's annotated links on articles and interviews on creative expression and self-actualization. TheImagineersHome.com/blog, Imagineering. Defines the art or science of Imagineering. WileyWalnut.com, Wiley Walnut. Free articles on creativity, increasing intelligence, and generating innovative ideas. Featuring strategies, techniques, and attitudes to get your creative juices flowing. Developmental psychology websites. angelfire.com/life.lab/lifespan.html, Developmental lifespan theories. Concise comparison of lifespan theories in developmental psychology. Includes chart for quick reference. apa.org/pub/journal/dev, APA Journals, Developmental Psychology. Publishes articles that advance knowledge and theory about development across the lifespan. Subscription information and selected readings. apa.org/pub/journal/pag, APA Journals, Psychology and Aging. Publishes original articles on research investigations of adult development and aging. Subscription information and selected readings. apadiv20.phhp.ufl.edu, American Psychological Association, Division 20. Dedicated to studying the psychology of adult development and aging. Membership information, news, and resources. cogprints.org/view/subjects/dev-sci.html, Cogprints, Developmental Psychology. Electronic archive of collected articles. Provides abstracts of research and links to full texts. delrio.dcccd.edu/p-nunley/p101/dvlmentl/erickson.htm, The Developmental Psychology of Erik Erikson. Explanation of this theory of socio-emotional development including details of each stage and a comparison with other models. ERAonline.org, European Association for Research on Adolescence, EARA. The EARA comprises psychologists, psychiatrists, and sociologists who are studying adolescent development. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/developmental_psychology, Developmental Psychology. Wikipedia article outlining the main theories, aspects, and research methods. jerry.duke.edu, Duke University Center for the Study of Aging and Human Development. A national resource for information on factors affecting quality of life during old age. Includes details of research and training. gradschools.com/search-program/developmental-psychology, gradschools.com, Developmental Psychology. Directory of graduate and postgraduate programs in the United States. Brief descriptions and contact information. issbd.org, International Society for the Study of Behavioral Development. Promotes scientific research of human development throughout the lifespan. Overview with details of meetings, workshops, and journal. journals.elsevier.com/journal-of-adolescence, Journal of Adolescence. Addresses issues of professional and academic importance concerning development between puberty and the attainment of adult status within society. Learner.org/discovering psychology/development, lifespan development. an exploration of the biological, cognitive, and psychosocial changes that occur across different periods of life. Oberlin.edu/faculty/ndarling/lab/ead.htm, The Ecology of Adolescent Development. Research pages of Nancy Darling at Oberlin College. Contains project information and resource materials with copies of papers and conference presentations. Select.inga.talconnect.com/title/0261510x.htm, British Journal of Developmental Psychology. Includes subscription information, table of contents and full text of sample issue. srcd.org, Society for Research in Child Development. Information on the Society, membership, and publications. web.utk.edu/idrc, Infant Development Research Center. Description of Dr. Was research on cognitive development during early infancy at the University of Tennessee. Dream Psychology websites from dmoz-odp.org. Subcategories: Dream Art, Dream Journals, Dream Sharing, Lucid Dreams, Theories and Research, Dictionaries, Personal Pages. AsDreams.org, International Association for the Study of Dreams. International, multidisciplinary organization dedicated to the pure and applied investigation of dreams and dreaming. Presents a dream art gallery, research projects, and a dreaming journal. ceoniric.cl/english/frame_ang.htm, CEO. Educational organization dedicated to research, teaching and dissemination of everything related to dreams. dreamcultures.org, Dream Cultures. Homepage of the Research Committee, Cultural and Literary History of the Dream with a searchable database for dream researchers and cultural dream research. Dreamgate.com, Dreamgate. Dream Studies, Postmodern Dreaming, Library. DreamInterpretationSource.com, Dream Interpretation Source. Various articles on analysis, interpretation, symbols, a dictionary, and forum. DreamMoods.com, Dream Moods. Offers articles, a searchable dictionary and active discussion forums. DreamNetwork.net, Dream Network Journal. Home page of the Dream Network Journal. Dreams.ca, Dreams Foundation. Articles on dream application, improving dream recall, the meaning of bad dreams. Dreamsinterpretation.org, Dream Interpretation. Resources on dream interpretation, dream meaning, dream dictionary, online courses, and dreams sharing. Dreamsymbolism.info, Dream Symbolism. Offers guides to analyzing dreams, articles on dreams theory and symbols, examples of interpreted dreams. IHADthisDream.com, I Had This Dream. Dictionary, forum, and interpretation. Realmeaningofdreams.com, Real Meaning of Dreams. Offers a dream interpretation tutorial, and information about dream research, facts, and arts. Sleeps.com, Dream Central. Offers an analysis method, a dictionary, and a discussion forum. unclesirbobby.org.uk, unclesirbobby.org.uk. Studies into dreams and their meanings. Provides articles on sleep phenomena, nightmares, symbolism, premonition, and telepathy. Educational and school psychology websites. Subcategories: Educational psychology, Educational testing, School psychology. APADIV15.org, APA newsletter for educational psychology. Archive of newsletters published by the American Psychology Association's Educational Psychology Division. Includes research briefs and other announcements of interest to educational psychologists. SattlerPublisher.com, Jerome M. Sattler, Publisher Incorporated. Publisher of books on assessment of children's intelligence and special abilities. Evolutionary Psychology websites. Subcategories: Organizations. Evolutionary ecology. Game theory. Mate selection. Meme ticks. abc.net.au/science/descent, The Descent of Man. Covers the Australian Broadcasting Corporation's 4-part radio series on neo-Darwinism. nth.ucsb.edu/projects/human/evpsychfaq.html, The Evolutionary Psychology FAQ. Answers to frequently asked questions about evolutionary psychology. asa3.org/asa/1998/pscf9-98 Evolutionary Psychology Challenges the Current Social Sciences. Article by J. Raymond Zimmer describing evolutionary psychology and the challenge it poses to traditional social science, and then discussing opportunities evolutionary psychology opens for Christian apologetics. cep.ucsb.edu/primer.html, Evolutionary Psychology Primer by Lita Cosmides and John Tooby. An invaluable primer written by two of the founders of the field. Counterbalance.net/media/gene-body.html, Genetics, Ethics, and Theology. Audio resources on genetics, ethics, and theology. cscs.umich.edu/crucialize/notebook/evolpsych.html. Provides a concise definition of the field with links to related topics. human-nature.com/nibs/02/ep.html, Evolutionary Psychology, an emerging integrative perspective within the science and practice of psychology. An article on the theory and implications of this theory by Leif Edward Ottosen-Kenner. human-nature.com/nibs/02/cults.html, Sex, Drugs, and Cults. An evolutionary perspective on sex, drugs, cults, religions, and ideologies by H. Keith Henson, including a hair-raising account of the author's encounters with the Scientology cult. human-nature.com/nibs/02/pinker.html, Turning the Tables on the Tabula Rasa by David P. Barish. A detailed commentary on the Blank Slate, The Modern Denial of Human Nature by Steven Pinker. human-nature.com/nibs/02/plotkin.html, The Imagined World Made Real. Tom Dickens looks at Henry Plotking's view on the natural science of culture. humancondition.info, The Foundation for Humanity's Adulthood, FHA. Biological explanation of human nature, specifically biological exploration of the human condition, human's capacity for good and evil. humanetheology.org.uk, Human Ethology. The hidden subconscious of an individual. Humans can display the reason for psychic perceptions or physical conditions and are able to adapt to those conditions at an early stage. massey.ac.nz/tilde-olock/hbook/start.htm, Handbook of Human Symbolic Evolution. Written by Charles R. Peters of Massey University, Palmerston North, New Zealand. mulwic.com/n/iq-study/index.html, Mulwic, the EDI study. Statistical research of the hereditary nature of intelligence with IQ data source. Evidence of evolution supporting the global cognitive theory. nationalgeographic.com/features/outposts/resource_lesson1.html, In Search of Human Origins, Classroom Ideas. Lesson plans introduce evolution, classify species, and write quizzes about early humans to get a better understanding of human origins. news.bbc.co.uk/1/hi/sci/tech/10373228.stm, When Babies See. Babies start to see complex objects in the same way as adults at the age of 7 months, according to new research. news.bbc.co.uk/1/hi/health/121129.stm, Unlocking the Brain's Potential. Scientists think they have identified the part of the brain, which if switched off, can stimulate artistic genius, a BBC documentary shows. news.bbc.co.uk/1/hi/sci/tech/844217.stm, Scientists Locate Intelligence. British and German scientists believe they have identified the specific area of the human brain responsible for intelligence equals. news.bbc.co.uk/1/hi/sci/tech/3763221.stm, Women's choice of men goes in cycles. The BBC reports that women are attracted to more hunky men at the most fertile time of their menstrual cycle. This may be part of an evolutionary explanation of infidelity. news.bbc.co.uk/1/hi/health/837632.stm, Secrets of the Brain. The organ of thought is the subject of a major new BBC television series, Brain Story. news.bbc.co.uk/1/hi/health/11003447.stm, Identifying the accident prone. Your personality could determine how likely you are to be involved in an accident, say researchers. news.bbc.co.uk/1/hi/in_depth/psi_tech/2000/festival_science/9203005.stm, the original rock music. Many Stone Age relics lying in our museums might not simply be tools but could also be musical instruments. news.bbc.co.uk/1/hi/uk/934357.stm, What makes a good rumor? A rumor spread by a small radio station saw UK motorists trying to beat a phantom fuel blockade. What makes a rumor so successful? nickbostrom.com/footy/evolution.html, The Future of Human Evolution. Paper by Nick Bostrom exploring some dystopian scenarios where evolutionary developments, while continuing to produce complex and intelligent forms of organization, lead to the gradual elimination of all forms of being that we care about. npr.org/template/story/story.php ?story ID = 11075115, Pinker on the Language Instinct. NPR audio interview originally broadcast on Fresh Air. npr.org/template/story/story.php ?story ID = 1010508, Nature/Nurture Debate. Audio discussion featuring Dean Hamer. npr.org/template/story/story.php ?story ID = 1071573, NPR, Focus on Ordinary Behavior. Radio interview with the founder of the Journal of Mundane Behavior. npr.org/template/story/story.php ?story ID = 1148343, Language Gene. NPR interview with Steven Pinker on the discovery of the first gene linked to speech and language. polygordon.com/shows/W Wrangham, Richard Wrangham. Audio interview with the professor of biological anthropology at Harvard University. His book Demonic Males popularized ideas he has developed in scholarly research focused on the influence of ecology on the evolution of primate social behavior. polygordon.com/shows/savage-arumbaugh, Sue Savage Rumbaugh. Audio conversations with the noted primatologist. polygordon.com/shows/Soloway, Frank Soloway. Audio interview with the visiting scholar at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, in the Department of Brain and Cognitive Sciences, author of Born to Rebel. polygordon.com/shows/Val, Franz de Waal. An audio interview with the primatologist and author. polygordon.com/shows/Hagen, Margaret Hagen. Audio interview with an expert on visual perception. polygordon.com/shows/Freeman, The Dance of Consciousness. In an audio interview, neuroscientist Walter J. Freeman discusses his view that consciousness springs from action. polygordon.com/shows/Diamond, Jared Diamond. An audio interview with the author, physiologist, evolutionary biologist, and biogeographer. polygordon.com/shows/Patterson, Orlando Patterson. Audio interview with the historical sociologist and professor at Harvard University. rcgd.isr.umich.edu/ahp, The Evolution and Human Adaptation Program. Work by faculty and students at the University of Michigan in the area of evolution and human behavior, including work relevant to Darwinian medicine. ruccs.rutgers.edu/archive folder/research%20 group/research.html, Research Group on Evolution and Higher Cognition. Center at Rutgers University provides faculty profiles, information on courses and conferences. Also offers an archive of papers. SeanCopeland.com/evolution, The Evolutionary Development of Life Forms. Grand Unification Theory covering psychology, religion, politics, economics, and personal relationships. Slate.com/ID/103402, No Nobels, One Failure, A Few Regrets, How Did the Genius Sperm Bank Donors Turn Out? The Story of the Repository for Germinal Choice as told by David Plotz in Slate magazine. thegreatdebate.org.uk/sexualselection.html, Theory of Sexual Selection, The Human Mind and the Peacock's Tail. Essay by Caspar Hewitt on sexual selection in peacocks and its relevance to the human mind. thegreatdebate.org.uk, The Great Debate, Evolution, Human Nature, and Autonomy. Website of the debate between Sue Scott, Keenan Malik, Rita Carter, and Christopher Badcock. There are useful links and contact information. usingenglish.com/speaking-out/origin-language-debate.html, The Origin of Language Debate, usingenglish.com. Some thoughts on the origin of language debate, and the arguments put forward by Steels and McWhinney, in contrast to those put forward by Chomsky and Pinker. watarts.uwaterloo.ca/Achaney, Psychology, Culture, and Evolution. Speculations on the psychology of Paleolithic graphics, links to cultural historical psychology, and links to articles about the evolution of brain, consciousness, language, and sociality. www.personal.umich.edu/Kruger, Daniel J. Kruger, Evolutionary Psychology. This research fellow at the University of Michigan provides an online version of his work What is Evolutionary Psychology? Published 2002. tpg.com.au/users/jess999/fsci.htm, Evolutionary Psychology. A comprehensive evolutionary psychology must be able to deal with our future psychological evolution as well as our past. This paper begins the extension of evolutionary psychology to our future evolution. Existential psychology websites. Meaning.ca, International Network on Personal Meaning. The premier site on meaning of life, personal meaning, existential therapy, logotherapy, and meaning research. It contains bibliography, articles, and reflections related to meaning of life and existential issues. Sonoma.edu/people/Daniels, Existential Phenomenological Psychology. Victor Daniels EP Psychology Primer. Includes basic glossaries, lectures, and links concerning existentialism, phenomenology, and their approach toward psychology. tim11.com, Existential Psychotherapy. Information and links. webspace.ship.edu/cgbor/may.html, Rollo May. A Personal History and Brief Introduction to May's Existential Personality Theories. webspace.ship.edu/cgbor/boss.html, Meted Boss. A brief personal history and synopsis of Boss' distinctly Heideggerian theories. webspace.ship.edu/cgbor/persp.html, Perspectives. Existential Theory of Personality, including an outline of 7 common personal perspectives on the world and a number of phenomenological sketches. webwins.com/Frankl/Frankl.htm, Viktor Frankl Online. A college thesis summary which compares the thinking of Frankl and others, quotes from Man's Search for Meaning, links to logotherapy and Holocaust sites. Forensics and law psychology websites. Subcategories. Brain fingerprinting. Expert witnesses. Polygraphy. blifalu.com/info/lies.php, how to detect lies. Techniques to telling if someone is lying. Castleton.edu/academic/undergraduate-psychology/forensic-psychology-program-requirements, Forensic Psychology Program Requirements. A Vermont University's list of courses that need to be passed to earn a BA in psychology with a concentration in forensic psychology. CVSA1.com, National Institute for Truth Verification. The manufacturer of the computer voice stress analyzer, which is sold only to law enforcement agencies. Eyewitness.utep.edu, Eyewitness Identification Lab. Information for students, researchers, and lawyers on the science of eyewitness identification, including information about composing fair lineups. law.ua.edu/law psychology, the University of Alabama, Law and Psychology Review. Periodical which combines the disciplines. members.optusnet.com.au/dwillsh/forensic.htm, David Wilshire's Forensic Psychology and Psychiatry links. Links to forensic psychology and psychiatry sites on the Internet. pages.jh.edu//tildejumaji/1194 web/deets.html, The Dark World of Park Deets. Profile of the Forensic Psychiatrist by writer Dale Keyser. Truth.charleshantzphd.com, Journal of Credibility Assessment and Witness Psychology. Sometime free access electronic journal. Articles on lie detection, suggestibility of child witnesses, and false confessions. Gender and sexuality psychology websites from dmoz-odp.org. Subcategories. Gender. Research. Sex education. Sexual addiction. Frisian.com/gender.htm, Gender stereotypes and sexual archetypes. An analysis based on C.G. Jung, Camille Paglia, Deborah Tannen, and John Gray. Gender.org.uk/conf, Gendus Gender Dysphoria Conference. The biennial Gender Dysphoria Conference is held in Manchester, England. Professionals and laycarers networking with the transgendered community. npr.org/template/story/story.php ?story ID =10548116, Are Men Irrelevant? NPR Talk of the Nation audio discussion between anthropologist Lionel Tiger and psychologist Ronald Levant on the role of men in modern marriage. SIECUS.org, Sexuality Information and Education Council of the U.S. Sexuality statistics from civil liberties organizations and psychology sources. Springer.com/psychology/sexual+behavior/journal/10508, Archives of Sexual Behavior. The official publication of the International Academy of Sex Research is dedicated to the dissemination of information in the field of sexual science. Table of contents and abstracts. Gestalt psychology websites. Subcategories. Bender Gestalt Test. Gestalt laws. Gestalt therapy. Isomorphism. Gestalt.org/contents.htm, the Gestalt therapy page. Articles, history, bibliography, news about Gestalt therapy. GestaltTheory.net, Society for Gestalt Theory and its Applications, GTA. Association established for the purpose of promoting the Gestalt theoretical perspective in research and practice. Includes information, resources, and conferences. Sonoma.edu/people/daniel/gestalt1.html, Gestalt theoretical psychology links. Sonoma State University. Health and sports psychology websites. Subcategory. Motivational products and services. American Board of Sport Psychology.org, American Board of Sport Psychology. Certification programs in sport psychology for psychologists, master's level practitioners and coaches. Features the Journal of the American Board of Sport Psychology and Advocacy regarding the ethical practice of sport psychology. AthleticInsight.com, Athletic Insight Home. The online journal of sports psychology. Provides a forum for sports psychology topics. brianmac.co.uk, the sports coach. Brian Mackenzie, Senior UK athletic coach, provides coaching and training information to improve athletic performance. FocusedBrain.com/inthezone.html, In the Zone, making winning moments your way of life. In the Zone training by clinical and sport psychologist, Dr. Ray Mulry, featuring the 4 essential skills of winning athletes and effective leaders. JohnFMurray.com, Dr. John F. Murray. Licensed clinical and sport performance psychologist, based in Palm Beach, Florida, USA. NASBSPA.org, NASBSPA. North American Society for Psychology of Sport and Physical Activity. PeakPlusAZ.com, Peak Performance Plus LLC. Helps individuals become successful in attaining their goals using a variety of techniques drawn from hypnotherapy, sports hypnosis, sport psychology, behavior modification, cognitive and positive psychology. PeakSports.com, Peak Performance Sports. Mental training for athletes, coaches, and teams. PeakSportsNetwork.com, Peak Sports Psychology. Online mental training system for athlete and coaches to develop mental game toughness for individual and team success. Psychosomatic.org, American Psychosomatic Society. Promotes scientific understanding of the interrelationships among biological and psychological factors in human health and disease. Details of conferences, newsletter, job announcements, and press releases. StayInTheZone.com, Stay in the Zone Golf and Tennis Sport Psychology. Teaching people how to get in the zone and stay in the zone. TennisServer.com/mental-equipment, mental equipment. Articles by Dr. John Murray, Ph.D. About mental equipment to improve your tennis. www.personal.umich.edu/bing/oversight/sportspsych.html, Sport Psychology Oversight. A comprehensive list of links to sites that focus on mental training and performance enhancement. Chapter 2. A psychology website guide at dmoz-odp.org/science/social_sciences/psychology 2. Humanistic psychology websites. ahpp.org.uk, UK Association of Humanistic Psychology Practitioners. Information about practitioners providing humanistic therapy and counseling. ahpweb.org, the Association for Humanistic Psychology, AHP. Specializing in healing and expansion of the human psyche. Includes mission statement, events, and workshops, membership and authors. albertellis.org, the Albert Ellis Institute. Focus on rational emotive behavior therapy, REBT. Includes information on workshops and programs. apadivisions.org/division-32, Division 32, Humanistic Psychology. Offering information designed for students and practitioners. Includes a newsletter, officer list, humanistic study, and convention program. axeldenmark.tripod.com/collective consciousness, collective consciousness. Papers on collective consciousness among humans with animals and across time. cogprints.org/268/01/spiritualitysystems.html, Science and Spirituality. 2 modes of cognition are described, a rational scientific mode and an intuitive spiritual mode. Creative-personal-growth.com, Self-knowledge for creative personal growth. Offers articles for personal and spiritual growth from a person-centered perspective. ekrfoundation.org, Elizabeth Kubler-Ross. Official site for the psychiatrist who wrote the groundbreaking book on death and dying. Biography, publications, quotes, and related links. eric-fromm.de, the International Eric Fromm Society. Articles by and about Fromm. Upcoming events, information about the Society. Fenichel.com/Beck-Ellis.html, APA 2000, Historic Dialogue between Beck and Ellis. Discussion between Aaron Beck and Albert Ellis about the nature of beliefs and rational emotive behavior therapy, REBT. infed.org/thinkers/from.htm, infed, Eric Fromm. Biography and review of his theories and practical work, including bibliography and other suggested readings. itaa-net.org, International Transactional Analysis Association. International Home of Humanistic Psychotherapy developed by late Dr. Eric Byrne. Marxists.org/archive/from, Marxist Writers, Eric Fromm. Biography, writings, and further readings. Maslow.org, The Maslow-nitis. Information about Abraham Maslow and Upsychian psychology. mtoomey.com, Liberation Psychology. Developed by Michelle Toomey in response to the sexism that permeates traditional psychology. sonoma.edu/users/d/daniel/humanistic.html, Resources in Humanistic and Existential Psychology. Links to several important documents in humanistic psychology, including the text of lectures offered on several of the prominent figures in the field, as well as summaries of major theories. webspace.ship.edu/cgbor/rogers.html, Carl Rogers. Humanistic and URL equals http://3a%2f%2 faxildenmark.tripod.com%2 collective consciousness%2f. webspace.ship.edu/cgbor/maslow.html, Abraham Maslow. A brief personal history and synopsis of his humanistic theory. webspace.ship.edu/cgbor/from.html, Eric Fromm. Biography and introduction to his theories. wilderdom.com/psychology, Psychology of Personal Growth and Human Transformation. Explores psychological methods by which people can enhance their potential and live more holistically. Industrial and organizational psychology websites. Subcategories. Human factors and ergonomics. Organizational development. Organizational science. Career counseling. Career tests. Employee testing. Executive coaching. Performance improvement. DeltaConsultants.com, Delta Consultants. Philadelphia Region Business/Industrial and Organizational Psychologist specializing in individual and team coaching, organizational development, and testing for employee selection, placement, and career planning. DSSincorporated.com, Decision Support Services Incorporated. Columbus, Ohio-based company engaged in industrial/organizational research and consulting. gmu.edu/org/IOPSA, George Mason University's IO Psychology Program. Contains information regarding current research, publications and awards, upcoming events, and so on. home.ubalt.edu/ntsbrsh/opre640/part13.htm, Decision Making, Overcoming Serious Indecisiveness. An analysis of how people make decisions, offering practical guidance for making efficient and effective decisions. mtsu.edu/PMCCARTH, Industrial Organizational Psychology Resource Center/Playground. Resources by Patrick McCarthy, Middle Tennessee State University, including links and course materials. socialpsychology.org/io.htm, Industrial Organizational Links. The Industrial Organizational section of the Social Psychology Network. worklifeconsulting.co.uk, Work-Life Consulting. Outlines how occupational psychology is involved in facilitating a good working environment, both by evaluating current conditions and by advising on best practice. Intelligence psychology websites. Subcategories. Emotional intelligence. IQ tests. abelard.org/bird/bird-ie.asp, is intelligence distributed normally? A paper by Cyril Burton on the distribution of IQ scores, arguing that highly gifted individuals may have been underestimated due to the assumption of normal distribution. lph.se/trans/individual/intelligence/index.html, Intelligence Amplification. Explains ways to increase the mental abilities of humans to new levels, and possible methods such as cognition-enhancing drugs and bionic enhancements, etc. arthurwho.com/index/aintel.htm, Diversity of Intelligence. Contains resources about possible reasons for the difference in intelligence, taking into consideration many factors. audiblox2000.com/dysalicia_dyslexic/dysalicia014.htm, IQ test, does it measure potential? A critical review on the use of IQ tests in diagnosing children with learning disabilities. Braintricks.org, Braintricks, Psychology Intelligence. Offers information about the intelligent psychology of the mind through optical illusions or visual phenomena. GiftedDevelopment.com, Gifted Development Center. Site of Linda Silverman, a counselor and author who pioneered the concept of visual/spatial intelligence. IntellTheory.com, Human Intelligence. Resources for studying the historical development of intelligence theory including biographies, articles, and a timeline, hosted by Indiana University. IQComparisonsite.com, IQ Comparison. Includes a number of tests for evaluating and converting IQ scores, as well as a list of mean scores in different countries. LiterarySquirts.com/?non-fiction&item=556, Against Gardner. A critique, by Julian Darius, of Howard Gardner's theory of multiple intelligences. MITaleadership.com, Multiple Intelligences Beyond Class. Contains resources on how to use part of the brain never before used, research, tips, tools and practical strategies to help form new neuron pathways towards a higher vision for life. Molwick.com/n/intelligence/index.html, Intelligence, Intuition, and Creativity. The definition of intelligence in the global cognitive theory. The best concept to define intelligence is the group of basic and abstract relational functions of life. Mostextreme.org/highest_IQ.php, Highest IQ in the world. This page provides top IQ scores information about the smartest people in the world, and how intelligence is relative to many aspects. Personalityresearch.org/intelligence.html, Great Ideas in Personality, Intelligence. Introduction to Theory and Research on the Science of Intelligence, with links to research papers, websites, and other reference sources. Superconsciousnessnetwork.org, The Integrated Theory of Intelligence. Contains the original publication Integrated Theory of Intelligence. It is considered to be a groundbreaking theory, and of great human import. Wilderdom.com/personality/intelligence.html, Intelligence and Psychological Testing. An undergraduate psychology course focusing on the history, theory, and research about intelligence. Includes lecture notes and activities. Mathematical psychology websites. imbs.uci.edu, Institute for Mathematical Behavioral Sciences, UC Irvine. A center to facilitate interaction and common research goals among scientists whose purpose is to create and evaluate precisely formulated, testable theories of human behavior. Research, personnel, meetings, resources. Journals.elsevier.com/journal-of-mathematical-psychology, Journal of Mathematical Psychology. Features articles about the measurements of process models, such as sensation, perception, learning, memory, problem solving, judgment and motivation. Published by Elsevier Press. Mathpsych.org, Society for Mathematical Psychology. Alternative website. webdesign-bulletin.de/uwe_luck/ripers.html, representing interval orders by arbitrary real intervals. Solves a representation problem once left open by Fishburne and deals with some related themes. HTML abstract, download as PDF and DVI. Neuropsychology websites. Biocybernaut.com, the Biocybernaut Institute. Provides intensive training programs in neurofeedback, a proven scientific technology that connects the trainee to their mind and consciousness through awareness of their brain's activity. BrainSource.com, Brain Source. Informational site about the brain and neuropsychology. Faculty.washington.edu/W. Calvin, William H. Caving's books and articles. Homepage for William H. Calvin, theoretical neurophysiologist and author of The Cerebral Code, How the Brain Thinks. home.apx.net/tilde-tcanon1/physicalio.html, Physiological Psychology. Course-based website, includes relevant links, lecture notes, bulletin board. Neuroguide.com, Neurosciences on the Internet. Neurosciences on the Internet includes a searchable and browsable index of neuroscience resources available on the World Wide Web and other parts of the Internet. Neurobiology, neurology, neurosurgery, psychiatry, psychology, cognitive science sites and information on human neurological diseases are covered. Neuropsych.com, the Neuropsychology Center. Center provides comprehensive neuropsychological assessment, neurocognitive remediation, professional consultation, and training in clinical neuropsychology. Professional, commercial site. Neuropsychologycentral.com, Neuropsychology Central. The one-stop metasource for neuropsychology information on the Internet. Includes online forum, links, and search pages. Violence.de, The Origins of Peace and Violence. This site presents the results of several researchers on the origins of violence, mainly those of the developmental neuropsychologist James W. Prescott, Ph.D. Formerly NICID/NIH. It contains many papers in full text, as well as the complete time-life documentary movie Rock-A-Bye Baby. Personality psychology websites. Subcategories. Chats and forums. Organizations and associations. Tests. Enneagram. 5-factor model. Keirsey temperament sorter. Myers-Briggs type indicator. Socionics. Handwriting analysis. Personality disorders. ClearDirection.com, Clear Direction. Provides personal and professional profiles based on the theories of axiology. GregorC.com, Gregork Associates. Training, consulting and publishing firm directed by Dr. Anthony F. Gregork, the creator of the Mind Styles model, originator of the 4 style types, concrete sequential, CS, abstract sequential, as, abstract random, AR, and concrete random, CR, and the developer of the Gregork style delineator. library.stmarytx.edu/academic-lib/subject/psych/prsnlti.htm, st. Mary's University Bloom Library, Personality Tests and Resources. A gateway of psychology links to Myers-Briggs related tests, online tests, and other information on personality research. npatheory.com, Personality Theory on Horney's Role of Narcissism. Novel approach to personality testing by A.M. Bennies, M.D., based on the genetic traits of narcissism, perfectionism, and aggression. pbs.org/wgbh/asso/mytheory/Freud, A Science Odyssey, That's My Theory. In this game show by the public broadcasting system, readers try to guess the identities of 3 major personality theorists. Personalityresearch.org, Great Ideas in Personality. This website deals with scientific research programs on the psychology of personality. psych.rochester.edu/sdt, Self-Determination Theory. Research-based theory of human motivation and personality in social contexts. Includes researcher profiles, reference lists, selected articles for download in PDF, and research questionnaires and scoring instructions. ptypes.com, Types. A comprehensive and systematic classification of 16 personality types. Criteria and links to pages about persons within each personality group. tap3x.net/ensemble/main.html, The Dimensions of Human Space. Theoretical paper on personality type, organizational form, and the structure of human consciousness. Temperament.com, Temperament.com. Temperamental individuality in infants, children, and adults. Research and practical information about temperamental characteristics in research and practice. tk421.net/essay/face1.html, What's in a Face? Psychology study exploring the relationships between personality, facial expressions, and lasting facial features. uwm.edu/people/hainan/673/673misc.html, Walter Mischel, Inconsistencies in Personality. An article arguing that people's personalities are not as stable as many believe. webspace.ship.edu/cgbor/perscontents.html, Personality Theories. E-text designed for courses in personality theories, addressing psychoanalytic, behavioristic, and humanistic schools of thought, by Dr. C. George Boyery, Psychology Department, Shippensburg University. winja.com/personality, personality, and consciousness. Personality theories, processes, and disorders. Maslow, Freud, Jung, Adler, Rogers, Skinner. Quotations, descriptions of work, links. Psychoanalytic and psychodynamic psychology websites. Subcategories. Training and academic programs. Adlerian. Ericksonian. Freudian. Jungian. Lacanian. Self-psychology. Freudfile.org/psychoanalysis, psychoanalysis, techniques, and practice. Provides information on Freudian psychoanalysis, articles, quotes, including online courses. cavershamBooksellers.com/cat/Caversham Productions, Caversham Productions. Creates educational media about the history of psychoanalysis and its theories, psychology in general and mental health. AnnelieSands.homestead.com, The Psychoanalytic Experience, Annelie Sands Speak. Non-clinicians describe the client/therapist relationship through poem, diary, memoir, essay. Angelfire.com/journal/psychoanalyze/english.htm, Psychoanalysis Online. Collection of psychoanalysis links in many languages. ENTJpersonality.info, ENTJ personality type. Information about ENTJ, Jung, Myers-Briggs MT and Kiersey personality type. Careers, best/ideal match, compatibility in relationships. Freudfile.org/psychoanalysis/dream_interpretation.html, dream interpretation and psychoanalysis. Provides information about the dream interpretation method in psychoanalysis with several examples and email courses. Grouprelations.com, Group Relations. Provides resources on the dynamics of people and organizations. Narcissistic-abuse.com/psychoanalysis.html, in defense of psychoanalysis. The foundations and practice of psychoanalysis examined. Personalityresearch.org/psychoanalysis.html, Great Ideas in Personality, Psychoanalysis. Critical Introduction to Psychoanalysis, including links to research papers, websites, and other reference sources. Publicliterature.org/book/dream_psychology/exaya.php, Dream Psychology. Full text of Sigmund Freud's Dream Psychology. thecjc.org/afdp.htm, Mini Course in Psychoanalysis. Provides free video lectures on psychoanalysis and psychodynamic psychiatry. Psychology and religion websites. Subcategories. Conferences. Education. Buddhist psychology. Christian integration. Islam and psychology. New religious movements. Forgiveness. Neurotheology. Religion-based counseling. Religious experience. Transpersonal psychology. jiscmail.ac.uk/list/cog-sci-rel-l.html, cog-sci-rel-l. Archived Cognitive Science of Religion email discussion list, focusing particularly on anthropological and cognitive developmental psychology research investigating the formation and transmission of religious ideas. Psyche.gr/english.htm, Psychology and Religion. Collection of annotated links from Nikita's Kafkios. Categories include resources dealing with integration, anti-psychology sites, journals, and bibliographies. TheGuardian.com/book/2002/Feb/07/London Review of Books, Are We Hardwired for God? The Guardian newspaper's review of Pascal Boyer's book Religion Explained. xs4all.nl/tilde/wichem/scimove.html, Psychological Influence in Spiritual Movements. A discussion of the features of psychological influence most common to spiritual movements. Sensation and perception psychology websites. Subcategories. Color. Experiments and labs. Synesthesia. Silux.psych.2-dresden.de. Helsinki.fi/science/visci, Visual Science Group, University of Helsinki. Research at the Department of Psychology is focused on human visual processing using psychophysical methods. Illusionworks.com, Illusionworks. A multimedia museum of optical and sensory illusions, with online demonstrations and explanations. jnewhoff.com, Newhoff, John, Auditory Perception Research. Electronic reprints of relevant publications on pitch, loudness, localization, and auditory display. College of Worcester, USA. casrl.org/no_mask.html, The No Mask Effect. Demonstrates illusory facial expression perception with Japanese no masks. Links to publications about the effect. Mindbluff.com, Mindbluff. A family-friendly collection of tactile illusions, mental deceptions, optical tricks, brain puzzlers, and feeling games to play on the self. Mindhacks.com, Mindhacks. Neuroscience and psychology tricks discussed and perhaps explained. Companion site to the Mindhacks book by Tom Stafford and Matt Webb. psych.hanover.edu/krantz/sen_tut.html, Sensation and Perception Tutorials. A small collection of tutorials and demonstrations in sensation and perception. psycharts.com/illusions.htm, Optical Illusions by PsychArts. We think we perceive objective reality, but perception is always altered by invisible biases. We are never free of the state-dependent bias, and so we are continually taken in by an illusion. samvak.tripod.com/sense.html, The Manifold of Sense. A survey of the discourse regarding emotions, sensations, and an attempt at producing an integrative approach to sensation and perception. Psychet.com, The Poggendorf Illusion. A study attributing the illusion to some defects of cardinal axes in the observer's field of view and of salient axes in the figures. tigger.uic.edu/tilde-mikel/vss/vss2003.pdf, The Blanking Phenomenon and its Psychoanatomical Implications. J. McAnany and M. W. Levine of the Department of Psychology, University of Illinois at Chicago provides information on this visual illusion. Visualillusion.net, visualillusion.net. Matthew Lukiash's book of this title, published in 1922, was the first scientific explanation of optical illusions to be published. wisebytes.net/illusions, Some Visual Illusions. This site shows a range of common visual illusions along with a brief explanation of why they occur. It was originally prepared to show at a children's primary school as part of their study of sensory processing. Social psychology websites. Subcategories. Academic departments. Internet psychology. Persuasion and social influence. Prisoner's dilemma. cgu.edu/QLRC, Quality of Life Research Center. Positive Psychology Research Institute. Includes listing of research projects, staff profiles, and contact details. ConsumerPsychologist.com, Consumer Behavior and Marketing, the Psychology of Consumers. Provides an overview of topics in consumer psychology from a marketing point of view. Implicit.harvard.edu/implicit, Implicit Association Test. Educational resource and research site for investigations in implicit social cognition. Includes online tests for implicit preferences for racial groups, age groups, political candidates, and associations between gender and academic domains. Jonathan.mueller.faculty.nocontrol.edu/crow, Resources for teaching social psychology. Links to resources including lecture notes, introductions to specific research areas and methodologies, writing and study guides, and class assignments. Members.shaw.ca/ncpg, Nijmegen Cultural Psychology Group. Research group focusing on youth culture, male-female relationships, sexual behavior, the construction of a philosophy of life, and the contemporary development of new religious forms. Includes information about recent activities, past and current research, and a selection of papers and abstracts. people.umass.edu/monaco/attachlab.html, UMass Adult Attachment Lab. Details of research projects, list of recent publications, instruments and measures for attachment research, and an attachment research network. prisonexp.org, Stanford Prison Experiment. Philip Zimbardo's website about his classic study. Contains a 42-page slideshow with video clips of the original experiment with Zimbardo's commentary, points for discussion, and links to related sites. socialpsychology.org/mentor.htm, SPSP Mentorship Program. Offers free email-based career mentoring in personality and social psychology to students from underrepresented groups in psychology, example ethnic and racial minorities. socialpsychology.org, Social Psychology Network. Searchable links directory for subject areas, PhD programs, researchers, research groups, journals, online studies, and teaching resources. trinity.edu/mkearl/socsci.html, A Sociological Social Psychology. A tour through social psychology from the nature-nurture debate through to the psychology of urbanization, all from a sociological perspective. unige.ch/fap/emotion, Geneva Emotion Research Group. Theoretical and Empirical Psychology Research Group at the University of Geneva. Research interests and contact details for group members, online abstracts and publications lists, details of current research. Some text in German. units.miamio.edu/cybersite/humor/index.shtml, Social Psychological Principles in Humor. Popular cartoons with psychological analysis of their themes. web.macam98.ac.il/okayo/absrac.html, Humor as a Defense Mechanism in the Holocaust. An investigation by Chaya Ostrower for her PhD on the types and functions of humor used by Jews during the Holocaust. webspace.ship.edu/cgbor/socsci.html, Social Psychology Basics. Electronic textbook by Professor George Baueri, with chapter topics including person perception, persuasion, conformity, and sociobiology. Transpersonal psychology websites. Subcategories. Emotional intelligence. Enlightenment. Jungian psychology. Spirituality authors. Transpersonal arts. Chopra, Deepak. Dyer, Wayne. Wilbur, Ken. Zukov, Gary. Books and tapes. Coaching. Counseling. Teachers. academyofselfknowledge.com, Academy of Self-Knowledge. A California nonprofit educational organization, offering a curriculum that includes transformational education and meditation, in teaching individuals how to access accurate knowledge of the self. lph.se/trans, Anders Transhuman page. A well-organized exploration of information and sites that address the realization of human potential. altazarrossiter.com, Spiritual Intelligence. Information about engaging spiritual intelligence for personal development coaching and mentoring. Particular applications are removing personal blocks to leadership, relationships, self-expression, and creativity. amandajack.co.nz, Amanda Jack Psychosynthesis. Amanda Jack is a psychosynthesis counselor practicing in Wellington, New Zealand. She offers sessions for individuals and couples, and group workshops. angelfire.com/falcon/siberin/siberin.html, Siberin. Mystic Labyrinth, here to intrigue your imagination with theory, poetry, fun, spirituality, and shamanic journeys into the matrix of light. Ananda.com, Meaning and Purpose of Life. A common-sense plain English notebook providing transpersonal self-help and self-healing resources for the improvement of personal life skills. Includes discussion and techniques for spiritual development and personal transformation. archivepublishing.co.uk, Archive Publishing. Dedicated to publishing transpersonal literature and artifacts, cards, and paintings produced by people working transpersonally. Courses and personal therapy also offered. atpweb.org, Association for Transpersonal Psychology. Aims to encourage and enhance practices and perspectives that will lead to a conscious, sustainable, co-evolution of culture, nature, and society. Includes information on membership, the journal, and the Woodfish Institute. ChooseAwareness.com, Return to Natural Self. Nisargdutta, mystic and beloved yoga teacher, offers self-understanding and self-inquiry to explore ignorance and lead to enlightenment. To return to natural self. ConsciousnessUnleashed.blogspot.com, Consciousness Unleashed. The site, inspired by Joseph Campbell, strives to empower and educate one to follow their own path, incorporating transpersonal as well as practical methods. Constellationworks.com, Constellation Works. Family constellation work is a psycho-spiritual process which initiates healing at a profound soul level and allows us to experience the fullness of our human potential. Contemplativeforum.co.uk, the forum for contemplative studies. Dedicated in general to the exploration of contemplative awareness and its values. In particular seeks to explore the confluence of depth psychotherapy with the world's contemplative traditions. Dino32.narod.ru, K. Rodsep/T. Soidla. Transpersonal Papers by T. R. Soidla, some under pen name K. Rodsep, in Russian and English. drjanet.com, Dr. Janet Center for the New Psychology. An alternative, emotional, spiritual psychology based in Philadelphia with a licensed psychologist. Based on the energy flow in the body, heart, and soul. Offers worldwide workshops, training, and phone sessions. drmarkhaxel.co.nz, Dr. Mark Haxel's psychotherapy page. Personal page for Dr. Mark Haxel, NZ transpersonal psychologist and psychosynthesis practitioner, with useful psychotherapy information. Eurotas.org, European Transpersonal Association. Eurota seeks to reconcile the viewpoints of different disciplines, sciences, spirituality, philosophy and art. Contains articles, news, events, and links to member associations. Folkstory.com, the Center for Story and Symbol, Joseph Campbell, and Archetypal Psychology. Offering online mythological studies resources, workshops, and seminars for clinical psychologists and those interested in archetypal perspectives. ForbiddenHeights.com, The Forbidden Heights, Your Life is a Myth. Presents the underlying paradigms and patterns of our modern lives as myths and symbols that express our destructive or creative relationships with ourselves and the world. Headless.org, The Headless Way. A site based on the work of Douglas Harding, who explains how to discover a new level of consciousness in a wonderfully clear way. Holotropic.com, Grof Transpersonal Training. GDT is a program for experiencing and studying holotropic breath work and the transpersonal perspective. Contains information about holotropic breath work, the members of the organization, their workshops, and books. Insightfulcompany.co.uk, Insightful Company. Delivers personal development workshops, training opportunities, and transpersonal psychotherapy in London and Wiltshire. IntegralLifeWork.com, Integral Life Work Center of San Diego, CA. Collaborative, self-empowering, holistic approach to personal and interpersonal development and healing. Integral Life Work engages our physical, emotional, mental, social, and spiritual aspects to inspire compassionate individual and societal evolution. Intuition.org, Intuition Network. Encourages the cultivation and use of inner, intuitive resources. Item-bioenergy.com, Institute of Technical Energy Medicine. The mission of the Institute is to conduct innovative research in the fields of health, psychology, and bioenergy physics, and to explore the mechanics of consciousness and how the human mind affects conditions of the body. jcf.org, the Joseph Campbell Foundation. A non-profit membership organization that perpetuates Campbell's pioneering work by collecting and cataloging his books, papers, and recorded lectures on the significance of mythology. Lyricalworks.com, Lyrical works, is there meaning in the madness? Especially for teens and young adults, an exploration of the raw materials of meaning, symbols, myths, dreams, and stories. Marian2000.org.uk, Society for Psychology and Healing. The Society provides postgraduate training to Ma-level in transpersonal/Jungian psychology integrated with healing. Metaself.org, Metaself. This extensive site shows how we use metaphor to help us understand ourselves and others. Noetic.org, Noetic Sciences. Dedicated to expanding science beyond conventional paradigms. Founded by Edgar Mitchell, the astronaut. The Noetic Sciences study the mind and its diverse ways of knowing in a truly interdisciplinary fashion. Paradigm-sys.com, Dr. Charles T. Tart homepage and virtual library. Many articles and scientific papers by Dr. Tart on consciousness studies and transpersonal phenomena. Perspicianunitaria.org, Unitary Perception. Dr. Ruben Feldman Gonzalez describes an aspect of mind that he calls unitary perception and freely offers the ebook The Great Leap of Mind. PeteRussell.com, The Spirit of Now. Peter Russell's site on consciousness and personal growth. Sections on the global brain, mind maps, science, consciousness, and God. Portionculacentre.com, Portioncula Center. Australian centre offering group workshops, individual counselling and professional training in transpersonal and emotional release counselling. Modalities include dreams, sand play, holotropic breath work, voice dialogue. Psychosynthesis.org, the Institute of Psychosynthesis. The Institute offers professional training and self-development in psychotherapy, therapeutic counseling and applying psychosynthesis to other fields of service. The Institute also runs a referral clinic. Psychosynthesisonline.com, Psychosynthesis Online. Offers various psychosynthesis and transpersonal psychology resources including articles, quotes, forum, directory. Psychosynthesis.com, Albany Life Work Center. Holistic psychotherapy takes traditional talk therapy to the next level, incorporating mind, body, and spirit in a holistic approach to each person individually. Do what you want to do when you tune into your innermost sense of self and purpose. Free consultation, sliding scale fee. re-vision.org.uk, Revision. a registered charity which offers a professional training in integrative psychosynthesis counseling and psychotherapy in London. Its training is accredited by the BACP and by the UKCP. RIFraser.com, RI Fraser. Offers counseling, psychotherapy and healing for self-development and holistic transformation. Uncover layers of physical, mental, and emotional distress to reach a deeper understanding of issues, and release depression, stress, and traumas. ROLife.com, Rhythm of Life. Carol McAnally provides transpersonal counseling and bodywork, bring mindfulness to the rhythm and movement of life. ShiftInAction.com, Shift in Action. Magazine and community site associated with the Institute of Noetic Sciences. Includes archives of Shift and Ion's review with many eminent contributors. SoulSolutionsHome.com, Soul Solutions. Offers workshops in systemic constellation work as developed by renowned European psychotherapist Bert Hellinger. SpiritualMarket.ning.com, Spiritual Market. Network of open-minded people on their journey of self-discovery, supporting each other with spiritual growth, awakening, and transformation, to gain inspiration and understanding. Starbridge.com.au, Starbridge Holistic Counseling Center. Transpersonal psychology training courses and phone counseling, lots of free articles. Based in Australia. SufiGeorge.net, Sufi George New Paradigm Metaphysician. A free self-study site for expanding knowledge, understanding, and experience, and to learn the skills that lead to enlightenment. SynthesisCenter.org, the Synthesis Center Psychosynthesis. Provides training and counseling services applying psychosynthesis, a holistic and transpersonal psychology. Systemicinstitute.com, New England Institute of Systemic Constellations. J. Edward Lynch, Ph.D. Provides workshops, therapy, DVDs, and other products within the context of Bert Hellinger's systemic constellation work. Transformind.com, Tools for Transformation. Resources for personal development and transformation of body, mind, and spirit, including an online book, free articles, and courses. Transpers.co.uk, Doris Evans Dipl. Psych, UKCP. A transpersonal psychotherapist. A creative, non-judgmental, healing space where you can explore your thoughts and feelings from a new perspective in Canterbury, UK. Transpersonal.8m.com, Transpersonal Psychology, Psychotherapy and Counseling Made Easy. Transpersonal psychology is about the seen and the unseen, the sources of conscious and unconscious beliefs and programs that govern people's lives, leading to stress, conflict, addictions, disease and death. Transpersonal.com.au, Transpersonal Life Streams. Origins, definitions, theory, principles, and practices of transpersonal psychology and therapy as alternative systemic practices for personal and spiritual growth, transformation and self-healing. Transpersonalcenter.co.uk, the Centre for Transpersonal Psychology. Accrediting member of the United Kingdom Council for Psychotherapy, UKCP, provides therapy referral service, articles, and training. Transpersonalpsych.com, Transpersonal Psych. Shares a transpersonal meditation with grace as the focus of attention. Supporting documents include the Gospel of John, the Song of Mahamudra, Who Am I?, Transpersonal Psych. Transpersonalscience.org, Transpersonal Science. Free online educational and recreational resources for transpersonal research, theory, and practice. Transpersonalstudies.org, the International Journal of Transpersonal Studies. Journal dedicated to theory, research, practice, and discourse, providing an interdisciplinary approach to understanding human nature and the world around us. The journal is published twice a year and is available online without cost. two.org/psychosynthesis, Psychosynthesis. A comprehensive website on psychosynthesis, with many first-rate articles, including a collection by Asagiola. Vanderhaven.net, Dolph Vanderhaven's blog. Integral thoughts about development, humanity, spirituality. VantageQuest.org/trees, Thoughts Beneath the Trees. A collection of articles on transpersonal psychology, consciousness, spirituality, healing, creativity and human potential, to inspire, provoke and advance new views. vmcgill.net, Chaos, Complexity, Magic and Mystery. Victor McGill's webpage exploring chaos, spiral dynamics, Ken Wilber, mythology and archetypes, consciousness and spirituality. WoleBeingExplorations.com/spirit, Whole Being Explorations. Devoted to the exploration and integration of the many levels of human experience, physical, emotional, mental and spiritual. A blending of psychology, physics, yoga, and intuitional science. willproject.org, The Will Project. Program of research on the will and its applications, first proposed by Roberto Assagioli, with associated wiki. Chapter 3. A psychology website guide at dmoz-odp.org/science/social_sciences/psychology 3. Psychology blog websites. aliceboyce.com/blog, Psychology, Happiness, and Relationships blog. Self-help psychology blog by Dr. Alice Boyce, a clinical psychologist in New Zealand. Behavioralscience.net, behavioral science blog. Behavioral sciences explore interactions among organisms and their environment. bps-research-digest.blogspot.com, BPS Research Digest. The British Psychological Society reports on the latest psychology research. BrainHealthHacks.com, Brain Health Hacks. General discussion of brain research, often including suggestions for improving brain health. BrainsLearningTechnology.com, Brains, Learning and Technology. The intent of this site is to bring readers the most recent information on the mind, learning and technology and the impact each has on the others. ColumbiaChildPsychologist.blogspot.com, Child Psych. A blog on child psychology, mental health, trauma, and related social issues. drhelen.blogspot.com, Dr. Helen. Commentary on popular culture and society, from a, mostly, psychological perspective. drvitelli.typepad.com, Providencia. Discusses a variety of psychological topics, often focusing on the interplay between psychology and the real world. Indranet.org, Indranet. Blog comprising reflections in English and Italian on the impact of technology and media on our psyche. MysteriesHrink.com, Mystery Shrink. A humorous and entertaining look into the everyday psychoses which affect ordinary people. Neurocosmopolitanism.com, Neurocosmopolitanism. Notes on neurodiversity, autism, and cognitive liberty. Neuropsychological.blogspot.com, Brainblog. News and information about our knowledge of the brain and behavior. Psychblog.co.uk, Psychblog. Current news, reviews, research and rants for psychology students and teachers. PsychCentral.com/blog, World of Psychology. Daily updated news, research, and commentary on psychological science, mental disorders, psychiatric medications and technology. Psychohawks.wordpress.com, Psychohawks. A blog on psychology from a student's perspective, attempting to make psychology understandable and relevant for everyone. Scienceblogs.com/mixingmemory, Mixing Memory. A cognitive science weblog focusing on cognitive psychology, sensation, and perception. Spring.org.uk, Psyblog. Jeremy Dean's blog on understanding how our minds work and why we think and act the way we do. TalkingBrains.blogspot.com, Talking Brains. Discusses the neural organization of language, run by two cognitive science/linguistics professors. TherapyBridge.net, The Business of Psychotherapy. Devoted to the investigation of best practices in conducting the business of psychotherapy, from record keeping to secure communications with psychotherapy clients. What is psychology.biz? What is psychology? A blog created in order to bring a simple, fun, and at times whimsical approach to the world of psychology. wisecounsel.blogspot.com, exploring psychology and matters of the mind. Site created by a graduate student in clinical psychology, discussing news and research in clinical psychology. Psychology Academic Department websites. Subcategories: Behavior Analysis, Clinical and Counseling, Epub Psychology, Educational Psychology, Gender Studies, Graphology, Psychiatry, Psychology and Religion, Sexuality, Social, New Zealand. Clarkson.edu/psychology, Clarkson University, Department of Psychology. Provides information on the undergraduate curriculum, research projects, and the faculty. Hollins.edu/academic/psychology, Hollins University, Virginia. Montana.edu/www.pi, Montana State University. Undergraduate and Applied Psychology Master's Programs. psy.mq.edu.au, Macquarie University, Australia. Offers an undergraduate psychology degree, and professional master's programs in clinical neuropsychology, clinical psychology, organizational psychology, and counseling psychology. Psych.hanover.edu, Hanover College, Indiana. Offers undergraduate psychology major. Psych.hanover.edu/krantz/other.html, Psychology Departments. Krantz exhaustive listing of psychology departments worldwide, listed alphabetically or geographically. Psych.txstate.edu, Texas State University, San Marcos. Offering undergraduate psychology majors and a master's program in health psychology. Psychology.buffalo.edu, SUNY Buffalo. Offers undergraduate, master's, and PhD programs in psychology. Graduate degrees specialize in clinical, biological, cognitive, and social personality psychology. Psychology.derby.ac.uk, University of Derby. Information for prospective and current students. Offers undergraduate psychology courses and MSc Health Psychology. Psychology.okstate.edu, Oklahoma State University, Department of Psychology. Provides details of graduate and undergraduate programs, faculty members, and research opportunities. Psychology.pitt.edu, University of Pittsburgh, Department of Psychology. Provides an overview of the department, the graduate and undergraduate programs, people, and research. Psychology.ucsc.edu, University of Santa Cruz in California. Offers undergraduate and PhD programs in psychology. Ryokan.edu, Ryokan College. Offers Bachelor of Arts in Human Behavior, Master of Arts in Psychology or Counseling Psychology, for MFT licensure, and Doctor of Psychology in Clinical Psychology or in Marriage and Family Therapy, Psy.D. Continuing Education Units, CEU. socialpsychology.org/ranking.htm, listing of U.S. psychology PhD programs. A listing of 185 psychology PhD programs across the United States, rank ordered in quality according to the results of a 1995 study conducted by the National Research Council. uab.edu/psychology, University of Alabama, UAB. Offers for Ph.D. programs in psychology. uow.edu.au/health/psyc, University of Wollongong, School of Psychology. Provides information on the graduate and undergraduate programs, the faculty and staff, and the research being undertaken. wabash.edu/academics/psychology, Wabash College, Crawfordsville. Provides information on the undergraduate programs, the faculty, and research. Psychology Association websites. Subcategories: Academic, Regional, Cognitive, Gestalt, hypnotherapy, industrial and organizational, mental health, personality, psychoanalytic and psychodynamic, rehabilitation psychology, health organizations, science organizations associations, AIANSIP.org, Society of Indian Psychologists, organization of people who provide services to American Indians and Alaskan Natives in the United States. Includes news and information on membership, the annual conference and leaders. APA.org, American Psychological Association. Promotes research and represents the professional interests of psychologists in the United States. Includes information on publications and conferences, and a Find a Psychologist referral feature. APAPracticeCentral.org, APA Practice Organization. An affiliate of the American Psychological Association dedicated to advocating on behalf of practicing psychologists and their patients, and providing timely online information, products, and services to help psychologists grow and improve their practices. APSI.org, Association of Directors of Psychology Training Clinics. A national organization for directors of psychology training clinics. Its members are directors of clinics that are typically associated with pre-doctoral graduate training programs. bps.org.uk, British Psychological Society. Representative body for psychology and psychologists in the UK, responsible for the development, promotion, and application of pure and applied psychology for the public good. CPA.ca, Canadian Psychological Association. Detailed site on psychology in Canada. Available in French and English. CUPS.cpmdq.com, Canadian Union of Professional Sexologists. Non-profit organization that provides professional standards for the training and certification of sexologists, and those institutions that offer training in sexology. DepthPsychologyAlliance.com, Depth Psychology Alliance. An academic community for those interested in exploring the hidden or deeper parts of human experience by seeing things in depth rather than taking them apart. FPA.eu, European Federation of Psychologists Associations, EFPA. Federation of National Psychology Associations promoting European cooperation in academic training, psychology practice, and research. Includes ethical codes, policy statements, and forthcoming conferences. EUROPSY.net, European Psychiatric Association. Profile, mission, activities, membership, and news. IranPA.org, Iranian Psychological Association. Professional organization for psychologists. Includes details of forthcoming conferences and other events. NAPE.org, National Association of Principal Educational Psychologists. NAPEP is open to all local authority principal educational psychologists in the United Kingdom. Includes information on the committee, activities, the annual conference and the action plan. PsychologicalScience.org, American Psychological Society. Professional organization for the advancement of scientifically oriented psychology. Includes details of annual convention, publications, and a searchable employment adverts index. Psychology.org.au, Australian Psychological Society. Professional organization for psychologists. Includes details of forthcoming conferences and other events, a searchable membership directory, and abstracts of journal articles. Psychology.org.nz, New Zealand Psychological Society. Provides information on the society, its membership requirements, the services and benefits provided to members, and its publications. USABP.org, United States Association for Body Psychotherapy. USAP is a practitioner-centered, member-driven association that is committed to the goals of organizing, representing, and shaping the emerging profession of body psychotherapy. Clinical psychologist websites. Subcategories. Australia, Canada, United States. AlisonBreen.com, Alison Breen. Clinical psychologist and researcher in private practice in Lakeside and Constantia, Cape Town, South Africa. Provides background and articles. AntonelloViola.com, Dr. Antonello Viola. Offers psychological counseling and hypnotherapy in English, Italian, and Spanish. Contains profile and treatment methods. Cine, Sardinia, Italy. Italian and English. Barcelona-psychotherapy.com, Claudia Ros Tusquets, Ma. English-speaking psychologist in Barcelona, specializing in individual and couples therapy, and child psychology. bbc.co.uk/radio4/features/desert-island-disc/castaway/F1CFEE70 number sign B03F87BB, BBC Desert Island Discs, Professor Tanya Byron. Kirsty Young talks to Professor Tanya Byron, clinical psychologist and TV presenter. BeWell.ie, BeWell Clinic. Team of psychologists that use positive psychology, CBT, and NLP to overcome phobias, panic attacks and anxiety, stop smoking, lose weight, improve motivation and confidence. Staff profiles, services and fees details. Malahide, Co. Dublin, Ireland. Cabinet Henry Dunot3.homestead.com, Cabinet Henry Dunot 3. A center of healing for the mind and the body located in Geneva, Switzerland. Serves people of many nationalities and specialize in English-speaking expats in the Geneva area. Centrum Practijk.nl, Peter Dialyson. Offers therapy, coaching and couples therapy in English and Dutch. Contains services details, fees, and profile. Haarlem and Heemstede, the Netherlands. Claricoria.com, Claricoria. Specializes in research of money, power, success, negotiations, and love issues, from a gendered viewpoint. Books, therapy session scheduling, articles, interviews, and links. Buenos Aires, Argentina. Spanish, French and English. Counseling-for-you.nl, Counseling for You. Counseling and therapy for expats in Amsterdam, Netherlands, with Rita Bonfa. Contains profile, therapy details, and fees details. Therapies held in English, Italian, and Spanish. CounselingPsychologist.net, Counseling CBT NAS, Newbridge and Clainco. Kildare. Professional, confidential assistance, diagnosis and treatment for emotional, psychological, and relationship difficulties. Offices NAS and Dublin. Graham Quinn and Alison Bow, Ireland. DebbieBright.co.za, Debbie Bright. Specializes in relationship therapy, and both face-to-face therapy and e-counseling. Also provides intensive counseling in a bush retreat setting. Includes services and qualifications details. Santon Gauteng, South Africa. drjayashreejain.com, Dr. Jayashri Jain. Clinical psychologist, provides therapy and workshops. Contains background and credentials and services details. Jaipur, India. drjpnewman.angelfire.com, Dr. Yehoshua Naaman. An American-trained, English and Hebrew-speaking clinical psychologist and clinical neuropsychologist practicing in Jerusalem. ilzealberts.com, Ilse Alberts. Offers counsel to all ages, including for anger management, career guidance, and play therapy for small children. Contains workshops details, FAQ, and testimonials. Johannesburg, South Africa. janurban.eu, Jan Urban, m.psych. Psychologist and psychotherapist, provides counseling, psychotherapy, autogenic training and online counseling for English, Czech and Slovak speaking clients. Contains qualifications and FAQ. Based in Brussels, Belgium. karenscheper.co.nz, Karen Scheper. Counselor, clinical social work therapist. Christchurch, New Zealand. LighthouseArabia.com, The Lighthouse Arabia. A community mental health clinic that provides mental health services and non-profit grief support services in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Contains mission statement, services details, and events calendar. Mind-Institute.com, Mind Institute SE. A counseling and psychotherapy practice that also offers psychological consulting for companies and coaching for managers. Services in German and English. Contains fees details and services details. Berlin, Germany. monarchpsychology.co.nz, Monarch Psychology. A group of registered psychologists whose areas of treatment include depression, anxiety, concussion, traumatic brain injury and dementia. Provides history, clinicians' profiles and therapy approaches. Auckland, New Zealand. Proverz.com, Proverts, Sebastian Potter. Psychotherapy practice for English speakers in Kaiserslautern, Germany. Psychotherapy to children, teenagers, and adults, as well as DUI counseling. Includes profile, methods, and approach and services details. Psychologicalservices.co.za, Psychological Services, Sachs-Malin. A psychologist with experience in assessment, career planning, and coaching in the corporate world as a consultant. Pretoria area in South Africa. Psychologyworks.co.za, Psychology Works. Psychologists in Pretoria, South Africa offer career guidance, counseling, and reflexology. Contains services details, FAQ, and articles. Psychotheraput-psycholog.cz/english.html, dr. Dlabal Martin, Ph.D. Psychotherapy for psychosomatic disorders, phobia and mood disorders, couples therapy, personal, life, coaching. Provides fees details and details on an offered hypnosis course. Prague, Czech Republic. Therapyandassessment.co.za, Sarah Myers-Koff B.A. Hans, Ma. Educational psychologist in Norwood, Johannesburg, South Africa. Services include therapy for individuals, couples and families, psychoeducational and career assessments, mediation, parental guidance, and play therapy. FAQ and services details. WisdomWeaverblog.com, Wisdom Weaver. A blog with articles for developing effective life skills such as steps to forgiveness, overcoming fear of failure, and successfully healing abandonment issues. wrelacg.pl, wrelacg Psychotherapy Center. Psychologists and psychotherapists who work with English and Spanish-speaking clients in Saskatchewan, Warsaw, Poland, providing individual psychotherapy and counseling to adults. Contains treatment approach details. Psychology conference websites. apa.org/convention, American Psychological Association Convention. Annual. conferencealerts.com/psychology.htm, Psychology conferences worldwide. A comprehensive listing of upcoming events in psychology, psychiatry, and related fields. psych.ut.ee/5IBPC, 5th International Baltic Psychology Conference. August 22 to 25, 2002, Tartu, Estonia. Focusing on theoretical as well as applied aspects of psychological research. Online registration and abstract submission. Psychology directory websites. apa.org/topics, APA Topics. Collection of articles, publications, and links grouped by topic, such as aging, stress, and workplace issues. PsyWWW.com, PsychWeb. Scholarly and self-help resources maintained by Russ Dewey. Includes links by type and topic, self-quizzes, and writings on applied issues. psych.athabasca.ca/html/aupr/psychrest.shtml, Athabasca University Psychology Resources. Extensive collection of academically relevant sites, with descriptions. Categories by subject area, including research methods, demonstrations, and tutorials, and career development. Psychology.org, Encyclopedia of Psychology. A hierarchical database of links to psychology resources. Psychology.wikia.com/wiki/main_page, Psychology Wiki. This offshoot of Wikipedia is intended for students and professionals to organize the knowledge in the field in an encyclopedic style. Psychology education websites. Subcategories. Associations. Careers. For kids. Libraries. Outreach. Tutorials. Social sciences education. Allydog.com, Allydog. Resources for students include a glossary, quizzes, forums, and annotated links. Also has advice about graduate school. Allpsych.com, Allpsych. Virtual psychology classroom with topic synopses, disorders, dictionary, online tests, education and career information, news, and internet resources. apa.org/ed/precollege/topses/index.aspx, Teachers of Psychology in Secondary Schools, TOPS. APA organization supporting psychology in high schools. Resources for students and teachers including bibliographies and lesson plans. apa.org/ed, APA Education Directorate. Resources about education at all levels, including K-12. Also covers accreditation, continuing professional education, and funding. morris.umn.edu/academic/psychology/sci1051/index.htm, PSYC 1051 Interactive Study Guide. Tips for effective studying and test taking. posbase.uib.no/posbase, POSBase. Database of PowerPoint presentations describing papers or experiments. psychologytutor.org, Psychology Tutor. Articles and study support on various topics, including language, culture, stress issues, new developments in the field, and statistics tutorials. psychologicalscience.org/teaching, teaching resources. An archive of the teaching tips column, information about related books, and a collection of links, compiled by the American Psychological Society. teachpsych.org, the Society for the Teaching of Psychology. Portal for Teachers includes 3 e-books with advice, stories, and techniques. uni.edu/Walsh, Linda Walsh. Professor's homepage has advice, links, quizzes, activities, and articles for students and teachers. History of Psychology websites. a2zpsychology.com/photo_gallery.htm, Hall of Fame, Great Psychologists. Brief biographies of the all-time great psychologists and their work, such as background information about Freud, Pavlov, Maslow, and Allport. angelfire.com/va/Conrad Bars, Conrad, Dr. Affirmation Therapy and the Healing of the Whole Person, Body, Mind, and Spirit. The works of the late Dr. Conrad Bars and Dr. Anatarawi. archives.state.al.us/famous/p_Bryce.html, Bryce, Peter, Dr. Pioneered moral treatment of insane in Alabama. 1834 to 1892. bri.ukla.edu/na, Neuroscience History Archives. Based at the UCLA Brain Research Institute. Identifies, collects, and preserves primary source material of 20th century American neuroscience. bri.ukla.edu/na/ishen, International Society for the History of the Neurosciences. Dedicated to promoting interest, education, and research in the history of the neurosciences. bri.ukla.edu/na/histneur.htm, HistNeurL, the History of Neuroscience Internet Forum. Features announcements, inquiries, and discussion on access to historical sources and their use and interpretation. carlstahomer.com/cogci, the prehistory of cognitive science. An annotated bibliography of the models of human cognition of Berkeley, Burton, Hobbes, and Locke. criticalmethods.org/collab/critsci.htm, Critical Psychology in South Africa, Looking Back and Looking Forwards. Compares the development of the field of clinical psychology in South Africa to the rest of the world, as well as the detachment from political and race relations problems from 1994 to 2004. Page also describes the development of the field in general over the years. cwu.edu/warren/addenda.html, Chronology of Psychology. Milestones in the treatment of the mentally ill, history of psychological treatments and institutions, and notable persons and publications, from the Middle Ages through 1997. cwu.edu/warren/today.html, American Psychological Association Historical Database. Searchable by date or keyword. elvers.us/hop, The History of Psychology. From the University of Dayton. Resources on many figures in the history of psychology, and history of psychology trivia. shhs.eu, European Society for the History of the Human Sciences. ESHS brings together individuals interested in the history of psychology, anthropology, sociology, economy, and other human sciences. faculty.washington.edu/choodler/hist.html, Milestones in the History of Neuroscience. A detailed timeline running from 4000 BC to 1997, plus a list of useful reference works and links. facweb.furman.edu/Einstein/Watson/Watson1.htm, John Broadus Watson, 1878 to 1958. Discusses the psychologist's childhood, university days, work at Johns Hopkins, infidelity scandal, advertising job, farm life, and later acknowledgments. Includes copies of original photos of people and manuscripts. FHHS.org, Forum for History of Human Science. An interest group within the History of Science Society, which brings together historians of economics, anthropology, psychology, sociology, and medicine. historyofpsych.org, American Psychological Association, Society for the History of Psychology. Official site of the APA. Includes contact information for committee members, journal, list of fellows, and selected links. hv.greenspan.com/bboard/q-and-a.tcl?topic =history +%26 +theory +of psychology, history and theory of psychology. Bulletin board for posting questions and answers about these topics. onlinelibrary.wiley.com/journal/10.1002/left/ISSN right-1520-6696, Journal of the History of the Behavioral Sciences. Homepage of the longest established print journal in the field, with tables of contents back to 1996. pbs.org/wnet/brain/history/index.html, History of the Brain. A timeline of the development of our understanding of the brain, from 4000 BC to 2000 AD. psychclassics.yourq.ca, Classics in the History of Psychology. Many full texts available online. serendip.brynmawr.edu/mind/table.html, Mind and Body, René Descartes to William James. By Robert H. Wozniak, Bryn Mawr College. sqapo.com/descartes.htm, Squashed Descartes. Condensed edition of Descartes Meditatione, with study notes and glossary. uky.edu/he2/piajar/james.html, William James. Information on and readings from pioneering American psychologist William James. vlp.mpiwg-berlin.mpg.de, The Virtual Laboratory. A resource for the history of the human sciences, especially psychology, and the experimentalization of life, archiving historical texts and images, as well as new essays. Site is in English, but much of the archived material is in German. webspace.ship.edu/gbor/history-of-psych.html. A text written by a professor in the psychology department at Shippensburg University, PA. Psychology library websites. columbia.edu/cu/lweb/individual/psych, Columbia University Psychology Library. Library information, subject guides, and internet resources. lib.berkeley.edu/libraries/education-psychology-library, University of California at Berkeley Education Psychology Library. Library and internet resources in psychology and education, including societies and writing style guides. library.illinois.edu/s/shell/psychology/stout, Susan Stout Memorial Psychology Library. Information about the library plus online resources. NYSPI.org/library, New York State Psychiatric Institute Library. Library and collections information, and some internet links, open to the public for in-house use only. scilib.princeton.edu, Princeton University Psychology Library. Print and electronic sources in psychology and related fields, including a bibliography of basic reference sources. People in psychology websites. Subcategories. Clinical. Cognitive psychology. Cognitive science. Developmental. Angelfire.com/planet/science and becoming conscious of the unconscious. Dr. C. Gary Pettigrew, Ph.D. provides a brief overview of recent studies of unconscious processes, research links, and a link to a downloadable computer program that measures unconscious associations, the Flexible Implicit Association Test. eserver.org/gender/Rosenfels, the Paul Rosenfels Collection. The first American social scientist to defend homosexuality in print as a valid lifestyle. Includes a collection of his works. jcoleman.co.uk, John Coleman. Senior Research Fellow in the Department of Educational Studies at the University of Oxford. Research interests include young people and new technologies, the parenting of adolescents, and emotional health and well-being. He provides various links to youth and psychology organizations and institutions. Kuluvan-kortarai.jk.be/%7EU0050367, Eva van den Busche. PhD student at the University of Leuven, Belgium. Includes research, publications, presentations, and downloads. RubenLedesma.260mb.com, Ruben Ledesma. Statistical software and publications by Dr. Ledesma, psychologist, professor of research methods, University of Mar del Plata, Argentina. Sites.google.com/site/Giannina Massari/English, Janina Anna Massari. Faculty of Psychology and Education Sciences, University of Iași, Romania. Research interests include educational underachievement. StephenEschel.info, Stephen Eschel. Cognitive science of attention and emotion regulation, quantitative methods, and data visualization. Psychology products and services websites. Subcategories. Dreams. Myers-Briggs tests. Self-help. Testing. anvil-software.de, Anvil. Tool to annotate video files. Free software. apes-tool.ch, Actor Process Event Scheme, APES. Visualization of process event data and transformation to quantitative analysis. Download, documentation and references. Free software. aquad.de, Aquad. Win presentation, download demo, manual, and references. Athel.com, Athelstan. Mac/WinPara-Conc and Mono-Conc are software for corpus-based studies of concordances among different languages. Atlas.di.de, Atlas.ti. Win software developed by Thomas More for grounded theory, anthropology and sociological studies. Audiotran.scription.de/English, audio transcription. Provides tests and comparisons of digital recorders. Promotes transcription software Win/Linux F4 and Mac F5. chas.utoronto.ca/tact, text analysis computing tools. DOS-tact is a text analysis and retrieval system. code-a-text.co.uk, code-a-text. Win presentation of the software, available questionnaire to collect data. concordancesoftware.co.uk, concordance. Win text analysis software. Presentation, screenshots, and downloads. ddos.com, ddos. www Mixed Methods Suite. Presentation, user guide, case studies, and publications. gb-software.com, PCAD 2000. Win software devoted to psychiatric diagnosis. glossa.fltr.ucl.ac.be, glossanet. www.morphological, lexical, syntactical, and thematical information retrieval in websites of newspapers. idearover.com, idearover. This software supports the organization of source documents. Presentation, screenshots, and download. ideaworks.com/qualrus, quilrus. Win QDA program for text, pictures, audio and video documents. Brochure, demo, and screenshots. ideaworks.com, ideaworks. Win solutions for social scientists. Home of Quilrus and methodologists tool chest. ilc.uva.nl/eurowordnet, eurowordnet. Multilingual database containing ontological and semantic relations, objectives, samples, and license. Presentation, screenshots, and manuals of tools to exploit and represent this database, Polaris and Periscope. Free access for Spanish. intexti.de, InText. DOS, run also under Win Language and Content Analysis Freeware by Harold Klein. intexti.de/conclus.htm, conclus. DOS, run also under OS/2 Win Multivariate Statistical Program and Constrained Cluster Analysis by Hans Bardleben. jiscmail.ac.uk/list/qual-software.html, qual software. Email discussion group about Cactus Project, 1998 today. Quickfinder.com, Quickfinder, and KFNgram. Win Keyword in Context Web Concordance Web Search Tool by William Fletcher. Presentation, screenshots, download and forum. Lexically.net/wordsmith, Wordsmith Tools. Win Mike Scott's tools, includes MicroConcord, are based on lexical analysis. Publications, presentation, screenshots, download, manuals and invitation to Association for Language Awareness, ALA. maxqda.com, maxqda. Win processing of user-coded text segments, previously WinMax. Presentation, download trial version, papers, and conferences. netminer.com, netminer. Exploratory network data analysis and visualization, web-based and downloadable demo, forum. netvis.org, netvis module. An open-source web-based tool for researchers to simulate, analyze, and visualize social networks using data from online surveys, imported CSV files, and electronic discussion groups. nlp.lsi.upc.edu/freeling, freeling. Linux NLP set of tools including tokenizing, sentence splitting, morphological analysis and date recognition. Download, documentation and bibliography, GPL, free software. nyu.edu/pages/linguistics/intex, intex. Win Integrated Corpus Processor by Max Silbertian. Presentation, team, applications, mainly studies in linguistics, publications, PDFs in English and French, and downloads. oliveremer.de/transformer, the transformer. Software tool for scientists who work with transcribed linguistic data. It addresses conversation analysts, phoneticians, anthropologists, and other social scientists who want to analyze digital audio or video data and language. www.igm.universitymlv.fr%2f%7 unitex%2f orgnet.com, Inflow. Social Network Analysis Software by Valdis Krebs. Pressure.to/QDA, WEFT-QDA. Win/Linux, a free, open-source tool for qualitative analysis of text documents. provalisresearch.com/qdaminer/qdaminerdesk.html, QDA Miner. Win user-coded segments tool by Normand Pelado featuring coding sequence, co-occurrences, clustering, multidimensional proximity plots, correspondence analysis, heat maps. Presentation, screenshot, download and prices. pweb.cc.sophia.ac.jp/brito/rls, RL sort. Win program to create and sort lists of words, phrases, and sentences. Presentation, screenshot, download and application on Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. QSRinternational.com, QSR International, NVivo and X-Site. Provides qualitative research software designed to help users organize and analyze non-numerical or unstructured data such as audio, video, photos and documents to compile, compare, and make sense of their information quickly and easily. Qualisresearch.com, The Ethnograph. Win software processing qualitative data by text segments coded by the user. kxc.sourceforge.net, KXC. www. Open source data cleaning and classification system designed for coding open-ended responses from questionnaires. Researchware.com, Researchware. Mac/Win presentation of hyper-research, downloadable demo versions and events. rqda.r-forge.r-project.org, RQDA. BSD/Win Rongui Huang and Zhangge How build a cactus upon the R statistical package free software. Semantic-knowledge.com, Semantic Knowledge. Win presentation of content analysis tools, tropes, zoom, index. Software. Guidelines, manual, news, customers, and free download. SocialScienceAutomation.com, Social Science Automation. When Michael Young and Margaret Herman propose their profiler tools. Articles on leaders profiling. Stanford.edu/group/shore/4-2/text/teal-latour.html, The Hume Machine. Mac. The sociological Candide software use clustered graphs, also called contive maps or co-word mapping, to represent textual knowledge, by Genevieve Thiel et Bruno Latour. Storytelling.concordia.ca/stories matter, Stories Matter. This tool enables to annotate and analyze oral history, video and audio, archives free software. Swemmerph.com, Swedish Morphological Society. When presentation of Fritz Zwicky's morphological analysis as a general method for non-quantified modeling and of a computer-aided scenario and problem evaluation routine called Casper. Tamsis.sourceforge.net, TAMS Analyzer. Unix/Linux/Mac OS X TAMS Analyzer is an open-source qualitative analysis tool. It supports complex hierarchical codes, multimedia support, and project synchronization. TextQuest.de, TextQuest. When English, German and Spanish program with standardist category systems, such as Colin Martindale's negation detection and interactive coding, following of in text. tlab.it/n, tlab. When co-word mapping, cluster analysis and FAC, factorial analysis of correspondence, software and glossary on concurrence and graph methods by Italian Franco Lancia and Marco Silvestri. Transana.org, Transana. Open source transcription and analysis software for audio and video data. Includes presentation, downloads, and bulletin boards. Provides a guided tour, screencasts, several articles on the usage of the program and links to external documentation sources. www.igm.university-mlv.fr/unitex, Unitex. Unix/Win/Mac OS X corpus processor conforming to Unicode and developed in Java. Psycholinguistics websites from dmoz-odp.org/science/social_sciences/linguistics/psycholinguistics. ilab.msu.edu, MSU Psycholinguistics and Visual Cognition Laboratory. Information on current projects, publications, graduate training, colloquia. Department of Psychology, Michigan State University. lily.uni-bielefeld.de/NL, University of Bielefeld Experimental Neurolinguistics Group. Homepage of the Experimental Neurolinguistics Group at the University of Bielefeld, Germany. mpi.nl, Max Planck Institute for Psycholinguistics. Homepage of the Research Institute in Nijmegen. Cycling.buffalo.edu, SUNY Psycholinguistics Laboratory. Describes the research, personnel, publications, and facilities of the Psycholinguistics Laboratory at the University at Buffalo. Talkbank.org, Talkbank. An interdisciplinary research project to foster fundamental research in the study of human and animal communication. Psychology publication websites. Subcategories: biological, child psychology, social psychology. apa.org/monitor, APA Monitor on Psychology. Print and free access electronic journal containing research and news. Published monthly by the American Psychological Association. apa.org/pub/journals, APA Journals. Listing of journals published by the American Psychological Association. Includes guidelines on posting articles on the Internet and journal statistics for submission/publication ratios and readership. apa.org/pub/journal/amp, American Psychologist. Official print journal of APA, publishing articles on current issues in psychology. Includes tables of contents, abstracts, and submission guidelines. Cyberpsychology.eu, Cyberpsychology, Journal of Psychosocial Research on Cyberspace. A web-based, peer-reviewed scholarly journal. It focuses on social science research into cyberspace, while bringing psychosocial reflections on the impact of the Internet on people and society. ejop.org, Europe's Journal of Psychology. A quarterly peer-reviewed scientific electronic journal targeted to the European psychological community, publishing research articles of therapy, organizational psychology, psychological essays, and articles on European issues. elsevier.com/locate/ISSN/0272-4944, Journal of Environmental Psychology. Publishes empirical studies, reviews of research, and book reviews on the transactions and interrelationships between people and their socio-physical surroundings. Instructions for authors, subscription information, and related resources. human-nature.com/nibbs, The Human Nature Daily Review. News and updates on current developments in brain and behavioral sciences and related fields. journals.cambridge.org/action/display journal $GD=BBS, Behavioral and Brain Sciences. Print and electronic journal focusing on psychology, neuroscience, behavioral biology, and cognitive science. Uses open peer commentary. journals.elsevier.com/aggressive-and-violent-behavior, aggression and violent behavior. A multidisciplinary journal that publishes substantive and integrative reviews, as well as summary reports of innovative ongoing clinical research programs on a wide range of topics germane to the field of aggression and violent behavior. Table of contents. Full text by subscription. journals.elsevier.com/acta-psychologica, Acta Psychologica. Publishes original articles and extended reviews on selected books in any area of experimental psychology. Tables of contents and abstracts. lb.psychonomic-journals.org, Learning and Behavior. Publishes experimental and theoretical contributions and critical reviews concerning fundamental processes of learning and behavior in humans and animals. press.uillinois.edu/journals/ajp.html, American Journal of Psychology. Quarterly exploring the basic science of the mind, publishing reports of original research in experimental and theoretical psychology, as well as historical commentaries, reviews, and obituaries. Free access to abstracts. Psych.annualreviews.org, Annual Review of Psychology. Includes free searchable abstracts database. Psych.ucalgary.ca/thpsseek, Theory and Psychology. A bi-monthly journal devoted to scholarship with a broad meta-theoretical intent, examining issues such as the conceptual frameworks and foundations of psychology, its historical underpinnings, and its relation to other human sciences. 10dfonline.com/toc/usui20/current, Archives of Suicide Research. The official journal of the International Academy of Suicide Research, IASR, is an international journal in the field of suicidology. Table of Contents. umane.edu/jmb, Journal of Mind and Behavior. Interdisciplinary journal addressing mind/body issues in psychology, psychiatry, philosophy, sociology, and medicine. Abstracts for back issues through 1980. Psychology Research Methods websites. Subcategories. Methodology. Statistics. Writing. allpsych.com/research methods, research methods. Online textbook covers design, analysis, and reporting. apa.org/science, APA Science Directorate. Information about training opportunities, research practices, careers, and science advocacy. core.ecu.edu/sci/wu-ens-check/statistics.htm, General Statistical Resources. Professor offers lessons and links on basic and advanced statistical concepts, research design, SPSS, and SAS. faculty.frostburg.edu/mbradley/cyberlab.html, Cyberlab for Psychological Research. Explanations and activities teach how to understand and conduct scientific research. Psychology tests and testing websites at dmoz-odp.org. Subcategories. Online experiments. Psychometrics. Career. Pre-employment screening. Relationships. abelard.org/briefing/bayes.htm, cause, chance and Bayesian statistics. Briefing document to facilitate understanding Bayesian statistics, including its application to intelligence quotient statistics. apa.org/science/program/testing/index.aspx, APA Science Directorate, Testing and Assessment. American Psychological Association. Provides information on psychological testing and assessment, acquiring psychological tests, and ordering the standards for educational and psychological testing guide. AssessmentPsychologyBoard.org, American Board of Assessment Psychology. Certification Board for Psychologists specializing in assessment. Includes list of members, details of annual conference, and newsletter. Burroughs.org, Burroughs Institute. The Burroughs Institute publishes the Mental Measurements Yearbook and tests in print. This site provides information and links to other resources for locating both tests and evaluative reviews of tests. ets.org/test_link, test collection. Searchable database. Guide to psychology.com/testing.htm, a description of the types of psychological tests, the justification for their uses, and client rights. Psychologicaltesting.com, psychological testing. Describes commonly used psychological tests, including their development and typical applications. Mental health job postings and discussion of issues and news related to professional psychology are also available. Testpublishers.org, Association of Test Publishers. An association of test publishers for industrial, clinical, and educational institutions. Includes newsletters and articles addressing issues relevant to selection testing. WeBennett.com, Bennett Clinical Assessment. Selected assessment resources in clinical psychology, neuropsychology, and behavior analysis. Psychology Kids and Teens websites at dmoz-odp.org/kids_and_teen/people_and_society/psychology. ascdef.com/blog/?p=34, interference, the Stroop effect. Brief explanation and example of what happens in the brain when there is interference, also called the Stroop effect. bbc.co.uk/science/human-body/mind, the mind. Overview of psychology, personality, emotions, intelligence, and memory. Includes surveys, facts, and features. CaptainMnemo.se/ro, the classical Rorschach. Explains who Hermann Rorschach was, his method of testing, European methods, and American schools. Includes differences and controversies. davidmeyers.org/bricks page ID =15, extrasensory perception. Provides synopsis of psychological research from a professor of psychology. Includes whether it really exists, claims of ESP, perception versus pretension, and experiment results. edpsecinteractive.org/topics/conation/maslow.html, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Research paper discusses various studies into what energizes, directs, and sustains human behavior. Includes existence, relatedness, growth, introversion, extroversion, and divergence in theories. Encyclopedia.com/topic/psychology.aspx, Psychology. Encyclopedia.com article on what the word means. epsych.msstate.edu, epsych, Journeys in Mind. Teaches about psychological processes and the nature of thinking via interactive demonstrations, experiments, and video clips. Exploratorium.edu/memory/index.html, the memory exhibition. Explores the biological, psychological, and cultural aspects of memory. Includes games, tests, and experiments. haverford.edu/psych/davis/p109g/erickson.stages.html, Psychosocial Theory, Erickson. Analysis of Erickson's theory on personality development. Includes the 7 stages and how one stage grows into the next. his.com/shapero/left.handed.html, being left-handed simple explanation for elementary school students of what it is like to be left-handed. Includes examples of famous lefties. ingenious.org.uk/red/identity/bodyimage, ingenious, body image. Explores the mental picture of one's own physical appearance, and how it is affected by weight, race, and culture, cosmetic body modifications, and adornments. mentalhealth.net/poc/view_doc.php?_type=$#9712$CN=353, Introduction to Learning, Classical Conditioning. Explains how automatic responses to smells, sounds, and situations develop. Includes Pavlov's dogs, the Skinner box, and behavior modification. pbs.org/wgbh/pages/frontline/shows/dna/interviews/loftus.html, Frontline, What Jennifer Saw. Interview with Elizabeth Loftus, a forensic psychologist. Includes what happens to memory in a traumatic event, how juries are affected by eyewitness testimony, and why expert testimony is used in trials. personal.psu.edu/faculty/j/5/j5j/ipip, the IP Neo. Tests designed to educate the public about the 5-factor model of personality. Includes long and short versions, and results for extroversion, agreeableness, conscientiousness, neuroticism, and openness to experience. simonslab.com, Visual Cognition Lab. Presents several videos used in cognition studies and the results of the studies. Includes change blindness and inattention blindness examples. uni-regensburg.de/fak_10/psychology/psy_2/beauty check/English, beauty check. Details a research project at 2 universities in Germany on facial attractiveness. Includes why some faces are considered more attractive, average faces, morphing of images, and social perceptions. units.miamio.edu/cybersite, cybersite. Student-created tutorials applying psychological concepts to a variety of topical issues such as the internet, sports fans, and advertising. webspace.ship.edu/cgbor/gensci.html, General Psychology. Collection of articles for use in an introductory college course. Topics include neuropsychology, sensation and perception, learning and memory, emotion, language, personality, and psychological disorders. Cognitive Science Psychology websites at dmoz-odp.org/science/social_sciences/cognitive_science. Subcategories: Consciousness Studies, Culture, Cognition, and Evolution, Cybernetics, Philosophy of Mind, Cognitive Scientists, University Programs, Artificial Intelligence. act-r.psy.cmu.edu, ACT Research homepage. John Anderson's ACT-R theory of cognition is a cognitive architecture aimed at computer simulating a full range of cognitive tasks. bbc.co.uk/radio4/Reith2003, Reith Lectures 2003, The Emerging Mind. Series of 5 public radio lectures given by neuroscientist Vilayanur S. Ramachandran, Director of the Center for Brain and Cognition, University of California, San Diego. The 2003 series of the prestigious annual BBC Reith Lectures. Lectures available as real audio. bcp.psych.ualberta.ca/tilde-mike/pearl_street/dictionary/dictionary.html, Cognitive Science Dictionary. A glossary of cognitive science terminology. From Dr. Michael Dawson of the University of Alberta. Cognet.mit.edu, MIT Cognet. Subscription-based service from MIT Press giving access to full-text copyrighted material, discussions, and news. Cognitai.nl, Cognitai.nl Cognition. Provides information for scientists working in the field of cognitive science in the Netherlands. It includes news, research, institutes, jobs, conferences and events. CognitiveScienceSociety.org, Cognitive Science Society. The premier professional organization in the field. Information on membership, conferences, and the journal Cognitive Science, including abstracts of recent and upcoming articles. cognitrn.psych.indiana.edu/rgoldstow/cogci/classics.html, 10 classic cognitive science papers. 10 papers, originally published in the journal Cognitive Science, and judged by the editors to be classics of the field, made available for free download. cs.bham.ac.uk/research/projects/cogaf/crp, The Computer Revolution in Philosophy. An online, scanned, version of the 1978 book by Aaron Sloman. gral.ip.rm.cnr.it/rcalibretus/modularity.html, the Modularity homepage. Links to resources and online papers on modularity in cognitive sciences, neurosciences, evolutionary biology, and AI. Human-brain.org, Human Cognition in the Human Brain. Yehuda Harpaz's model of human cognition, along with links to associated texts, including extensive critiques of publications associated with cognitive science. casrl.org/facial_expression.html, facial expression resources on the web. Links to resources for research on facial expressions. mindscience.org, Mind Science Foundation. Dedicated to funding and disseminating research on how consciousness arises in human beings. Neurosemiotics.com, Neurosemiotics. Several articles on neurosemiotics, the merging of neuroscience and semiotics, brain and mind research combining with the study of signs. scaruffi.com/mind.html, annotated bibliography of mind-related topics. An annotated bibliography of cognitive science, artificial intelligence, neurobiology, artificial life, linguistics, neural networks, connectionism, cognitive psychology, consciousness. serendip.brynmawr.edu/bb, brain and behavior, from Serendip. Interactive exhibits, forum, and links aimed at exploring the observational basis and significance of the assertion that the nervous system underlies all aspects of human behavior and experience. universitie.ac.at/cognition, Austrian Society for Cognitive Science. Sponsors seminars and a conference for cognitive science in Austria. Philosophy of Mind websites at dmoz-odp.org/society/philosophy_of_mind. Subcategories. Philosophers. Consciousness studies. Free will and determinism. Language of thought. Philosophy of artificial intelligence. Theoretical biology. abelard.org/turpap/turpap.php, Computing Machinery and Intelligence. The classic 1950 article by Alan Turing on machine intelligence, where he introduces the famous Turing Test. artsandminds.typepad.com/artsandminds, arts and minds. Contains theory and essays by Meyer Spivak. Primarily emphasizes human cognition, animal cognition, associative reasoning, syncretic reasoning, creativity, learning and learning disability. conc.net/mindpapers, Contemporary Philosophy of Mind, an annotated bibliography. Thousands of entries, categorized by subject matter. From David Chalmers. conc.net/papers/extended.html, The Extended Mind. This paper by Andy Clark and David Chalmers proposes an active externalist theory of mind, that when we use tools such as paper or computers to aid in our cognition, they become part of our minds. Consciousness.arizona.edu, Center for Consciousness Studies at the University of Arizona. The main institutional center for consciousness studies. Host of the Tucson Tour de Science of Consciousness conferences, and periodically stages online courses on aspects of consciousness studies. frc.ri.cmu.edu/hpm/project.archive/general.articles/1998/simconx.98.html, Simulation, Consciousness, Existence. A View on Consciousness, Universal Existence, Nothingness, Reality. host.uniroma3.it/pirojti/kant/field, a field guide to the philosophy of mind. Survey articles on key issues in the field, and an annotated bibliography. Hypnosis.org, Hypnoeticism, New Philosophy of Mind. A new and challenging philosophy of mind. ndpr.nd.edu/news/23206/?ID=1149, Mind and Mechanism, Notre Dame Philosophical Reviews. Veril Ochman reviews this book by Drew V. McDermott. Not-only-bright.exactpages.com, An Atheist Philosophy Beyond the Bright Attitude. The naturalism of the Bright movement is present in real dualism, but even an anthropologic analysis that get over the traditional materialism. Personal.su.who/students/03/istvan_arania c/doomsday%20 simulation/the%20 doomsday %20 simulation %20 argument %20 by %20 i.a %20 arania c.pdf, the doomsday simulation argument. A compact response to both Leslie's doomsday argument and Bostrom's simulation argument, by I.A. Arania C. plato.stanford.edu/entries/consciousness-intentionality, consciousness and intentionality. Discussion of the connection between phenomenal consciousness and intentionality, by Charles Seward. Plato.stanford.edu/entries/epphenomenalism, epiphenomenalism. Discusses the view that mental events are caused by physical events in the brain, but have no effects upon any physical events. From the Stanford Encyclopedia, by William S. Robinson. Plato.stanford.edu/entries/materialism-eliminative materialism. The view that some or all of the mental states posited by common sense do not actually exist, from the Stanford Encyclopedia by William Ramsey. Plato.stanford.edu/entries/consciousness-unity, the unity of consciousness. History and philosophical accounts of unity of consciousness, from the Stanford Encyclopedia by Andrew Brooke. Plato.stanford.edu/entries/panpsychism, panpsychism. The doctrine that mind is a fundamental feature of the world which exists throughout the universe, from the Stanford Encyclopedia by William Seeger. Plato.stanford.edu/entries/multiple-realizability, multiple realizability. Discusses the contention that a given mental kind, property, state, event, is realized by distinct physical kinds. From the Stanford Encyclopedia, by John Bickel. Plato.stanford.edu/entries/mind-identity, the identity theory of mind. Evaluates the theory that holds that states and processes of the mind are identical to states and processes of the brain. From the Stanford Encyclopedia, by J. C. Smart. Plato.stanford.edu/entries/Turing Test, Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy, the Turing Test. Proposal due to Alan Turing for a criterion of the presence of mind or consciousness, by Graham Oppie and David Dow. Plato.stanford.edu/entries/consciousness-higher, higher order theories of consciousness. Theories which explain conscious states by their relations to higher order representations of them, from the Stanford Encyclopedia by Peter Carruthers. Plato.stanford.edu/entries/mental-representation, mental representation. A mental representation is a mental object with semantic properties. According to the representational theory of mind, psychological states are to be understood as relations between agents and mental representations. Article from the Stanford Encyclopedia, by David Pitt. Plato.stanford.edu/entries/Connectionism, Connectionism. Movement in cognitive science which hopes to explain human intellectual abilities using artificial neural networks. From the Stanford Encyclopedia, by James W. Garson. Plato.stanford.edu/entries/computational-mind, Stanford Encyclopedia, the computational theory of mind. The philosophical theory that the mind is, or functions like, a computer, by Stephen Horst. Plato.stanford.edu/entries/cognitive-science, cognitive science. The interdisciplinary study of mind and intelligence. From the Stanford Encyclopedia, by Paul Thagard. Serendip.bryn-mawr.edu/exhibition/mind, by Robert H. Wozniak, Bryn Mawr College. History of philosophical and scientific reactions to the Cartesian impasse. Spanish translation available. Simulation-argument.com, the simulation argument. Site examining the hypothesis that we are currently living in an ancestor simulation run by a future, post-human society. Includes papers and research links. Sites.google.com/site/minddict, Dictionary of Philosophy of Mind. A collection of definitions and brief scholarly discussions of key terms in the philosophy of mind. Also includes brief biographical sketches of important figures in cognitive science. SOCPhilPsych.org, the Society for Philosophy and Psychology, SPP. The leading U.S. organization for discussion between analytic philosophers and, mainly cognitively oriented, psychologists. tk421.net/essay/simple.html, Parsimony and the Mind. The principle of parsimony and its application to the mind-body problem.